welcome back everyone, welcome back to another week, another edition here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sparkling Tuna Cup SEC number 100. It's been 100 weeks of Tuna Cup. We're here, we're back, it's amazing, it's beautiful. I'm of course going to be your host, Live VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all. Whew, it has been years of Tuna Cup action, and we have finally hit the big 100. As a result, we do have a slightly special version of weekly this time, and that is the prize pool. The prize pool is going to be doubled. The prize pool is doubled, so now that we have players fighting for more, does mean that we do give more, of course, to the top 4 instead of just top 2, of course. So yeah, let's go. Let us go. We have a doubled prize pool here, and we have a stacked bracket to compensate, well, to add to that as well, really. Exclamation mark, be in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. The bracket is looking insane. I mean, we have a lot of regulars, true, but rarely do we have them all together at once. We have ByuN, we have Wayne, Creator, Cristiano, ShoWTimE, Shameless, SKillous, Percival, and many more. We are here in the round of 32. We are jumping into our first series this morning. In the bottom left-hand corner of ley lines, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicaract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Zerg player, himself, representing Infected from Australia. It is Erebus. It is Erebus Black. Here we go. And again, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our initial best of 3. Here we go. Again, for those who are curious, typically the prize pool for our tournaments are 105 USD. Here this week, 205 USD. Pappy, let's go. So again, a nice doubled prize pool here for our players, and again, just a way to commemorate 100 Tuna Cups. If you recall, I was hoping to maybe bring on like Yaku, for example. It's been a long time since I casted with Yaku, but unfortunately Yaku is unavailable. He is traveling abroad with his family, so is unavailable to cast. A bit of feels bad, man, but regardless, it's great to have you all here. Papi, for this special occasion of 100 tunas. That's a lot of tuna, man. That's a lot of tuna. The only way this would have been even better is if we got Ryung on. True. if we got Ryung to sign up for the big 100. Would have been amazing. I mean, he's played in that tournaments before, but again, he's been playing a little bit less as of late. Of course, we've been focusing a lot on casting, on producing content. So I should have tried to reach out to Old Mate Ryung. But regardless, we're jumping into our initial best of 3. And so far, Hatchcast pool stands ripped out of Erebus. Likewise, Nicaract going for his own rack expand as well. Something special about this weekly event, of course, is we actually have a couple of Zerg players. I don't know if you noticed, we have GG Machine, we have Wayne as well. So this series will lead into Wayne. That's one of the reasons why I dove on this initial matchup, on this initial best of 3. There were a couple of really nice options for the first matchup. We'll get into it after this series. We'll get there. We should have made CranKy. True. Should have made CranKy. We'll do that for number 200. When we have a little bit more time to plan. Like, this is very impromptu. It's snuck up on us, man. It's snuck up on us. Aye. For now, the Reaper does dip in. We'll pick off one of the Lings. We'll go for the drones as well. Shouldn't get any workers here, and thankfully will not. So the Queen does arrive in time and will zone away the Reaper. Still nice value here out of Nicaract. Behind this, going through TC before Starport. Economic follow-up out of our Terran player as we keep on kiting. Ooh, and Erebus, he chases. Because of the chase, he will lose every single Zergling. Aye. That should not have happened. So some brutal losses. The drone goes down as well. Erebus is not controlling. He is not reacting. And Erebus is losing too much. This is brutal damage early on. 2 drone kills, or 3. Oh god, 3 drones go down. Aye. Yeah, rough start here for Erebus. Unfortunately, he was paying attention elsewhere. He wasn't able to react in time, and this is damage that should not have been dealt early on. Doesn't seem like a lot, but this many workers this early is how much more impactful. As the game progresses, as you have more workers, I mean, less so, but oh my god, the Reaper goes back in, delays the Roach Warren as Erebus is going for the all-in. A 4th drone! A 4th drone goes down, and we are waiting for that Roach Warren. We're waiting for the tech of choice. Again, Erebus, he's staying in gas, and Erebus, he did get link speed, but delayed his Zergling production here. I should say his first 4 Zerglings did go down. There it is, there's that Roach Warren, and again, Erebus is going for the all-in. He's going for the all-in. This does make sense just because Erebus has lost so many workers. He's lost so many workers already. He's lost so many drones. So at this point, he has to make a judgment call. You know, does he try to recover and drone back up and recover all those losses, or do we just double down and go for the all-in? We're doubling down. We're doubling down. We're going for the all-in. So this is going to be the choice here, the option for Erebus. Reaper Hellion poking in, takes down the initial Tuna. Behind this, going 3 Banshee. Standard opener here by Nickrack, and this is designed to keep him safe against roaches as well. The Banshees, there's no answer to them. Hellions are going for the dive, they're going to the middle line. They will get a full scout, they get eyes on the Roach Warren itself. Full scout of the natural base. The drones are lining up, no splits either, so some miscontrol there from Erebus. Likewise, he does try to pull them, does try to hold on, does try to make a stand, but that's going to be 9 more drones going down. Busts into the main base, more drones going to be falling. And this, I mean, earlier it was already so much damage being done. This is too much. This is critical damage. This is game-ending damage. At this point, even if we go for an all-in, we cannot afford to go for the all-in. Oh god, that's going to be 26, 28 drones. Nickrack, calm down. 30 drones going down. Finally, the final Hellion is going to be cleaned up. Finally, the first wave of Hellions are dealt with. But remember, this was not like an all-in out of this is not an all-in out of Nickrack. Nickrack, he's getting into a standard opener. GG gets called, and Nickrack, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. Again, game-ending damage here. Nickrack, he does claim it. Again, Erebus had a really shaky start. Did follow it up with the all-in, which was fine. Did follow up with the all-in, which was going to be the Roach-based all-in, but unfortunately, he was lacking SimCity. He was lacking any kind of wall. He was lacking any army to keep up and to shut down the initial Hellions, and the Hellions did critical damage. GG. GG, well played with that. Congratulations. With that, we're now getting into game number 2, and we'll see if Erebus can recover. We'll see if Nickrack will close this out. Let's go. So we're getting into that second game. Here we go. As looks like game number 2 is going to be on Pylon. Okay, going to be loading into Pylon here. Now, Erebus, he's known for all-in. He's known for cheeses. Like, that's kind of on brand when it comes to Erebus. Is always on brand. So again, we're kind of leaning towards something like that here as well. Whether it's going to be like a Ling Flood, a Bane Bust, a Roach All-In, like we're expecting something of the sort. Do we go for something more creative? Do we roll up on 2 bases, go into 2 base Muta, something crazy like that? We'll see. We'll see. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself, leading the series 1-0 and 1 game away from claiming the series. It is Nickrack. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, from land of Australia. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is Erebus. As again, Nickrack, he went for a pretty standard opener. Again, he just went for a Rax expand into 3rd CC before starport, into Banshee play. Like, it was as standard as it can get. This time, though, oh, we're setting up on the low ground. 2 Rax Reaper. Nickrack, he is here to end things early. Now, this is not an all-in, and this is not meant to end the game early. But based on the damage that the initial Reaper did in game 1, it looks like Nickrack wants to try to even just double down and wants to try to press that advantage and apply as much pressure as possible as early as possible as well, without going for a proxy. Meanwhile, gas first. So a gas pool opener here out of Erebus, so he's going for the early gas geyser, he's going for early tech. This can lead into early link speed for an early link flood, into a bane bust. This can lead into early roaches. Regardless, again, all in here from Erebus. It is what we expected from him. Meanwhile, we see Nickrack going to Rax Reaper. With this, he'll be able to scout, he'll be able to get damage done early on, and I'm a little bit concerned here just because of the scouting as well. Like, Nickrack, once he scouts what's happening, he should react and respond with a bunker. There should be a bunker here in front of the setup, I guess. Could be behind, but in front, just to protect the wall, just to set up. You can pull some boys. Roach Warren does get thrown down, and again, Nickrack, he should be able to react, assuming he does scout the Roach Warren itself. We'll see if he does. See if he does. As Reapers are on the way, no SCV scouts out of Nickrack, so he won't know what's happening until he does see with his Reapers. Meanwhile, we can see as well that we're not going into link speed. The gas is being preserved for roaches, as Roach Warden is going to be thrown down. Queen is on the way as well. Reaper does move out across the map. And we'll see if Erebus can, I mean, unfortunately, he can't really keep anything hidden, just because of his opener, because of his lings, because of the timing of the hatchery. As a result, Nickrack should be aware. Yep, pokes in, sees hatchery's not done, so he knows that it was a late hatchery. Goes further into the main, and gets highest on the gas, on link speed, on the early link production. Doesn't get behind the mineral line, so he has incomplete information at least. But again, he knows that there was an early pool, he knows that there was an early gas. And yeah, he's going behind the mineral line. He will confirm the roaches. Ooh, gets a drone. Gets a drone already. From here, Erebus, sorry, from here, Nickrack does pull out, does pull away. And we do see Erebus trying to keep up. Behind this, we spoke about bunker. There is bunker behind the wall. The downside of the placement of this bunker is that he can't protect the add-ons themselves. The bunker will assist. Link speed is still 6 seconds away. The links are all going down. Oh my god. Yeah, Erebus is attacking too soon. He will lose all his Zerglings. That's 8 links going down. Now he's got link speed. Now he can try to keep up. He will, of course, use Reapers all the way back into the main. I saw a lot of links going down. Yeah, a lot of Zerglings are being thrown away. Oof. That was how many? That was 18. Like, imagine this all in with 18 more Zerglings, but alas. Yeah, they were thrown away one after the other. Bunker is now complete. We have Marauders amassing. More Zerglings being cleaned up as well. Here come the Ravagers. We can see the Reapers are buying time. Nice control out of Nickrack. Very nice. Still lose 1 Reaper. We'll lose 1. We'll lose 2. So Pat's away cleans up all the cleans up all the Zerglings. And the boys are being pulled. The boys are being pulled. The Ravagers are exposed. He's gonna get all 3, or at least 2. Oh, I say that. There we go. One of them does go down. Miles don't quite connect, and he'll get all 3. Yeah, all 3 Ravagers. There's no escaping this. He shuts down the all-in. GG gets called, and Nickrack, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Very decisive play here out of Nickrack to be able to shut down Erebus, to be able to scout as well. Again, after game 1, he did kind of make the decision to commit a little bit harder earlier on, was able to see weakness, was able to scout the tech as well and confirm the all-in coming his way. So really good reaction, really good response. Unfortunately, Erebus, he was bleeding out a lot of links early on to said Reapers. Ideally, you do want to preserve your Zerglings, build them up over time, and then you can make use of them. But if you remember, 18 Zerglings, they did go down as Erebus was attempting to move out across the map. So some brutal losses there, and with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. With that, Nickrack does advance on into the next round, and we're going to be following Nickrack into his next series. Here we go. As we are going to be switching our scenes over and catching up on the bracket. Okay, now we can actually delve into it. From the top, ByuN. From the top, ByuN, he's going to be the #1 seed of the tournament. He's going to be at the very top here, waiting for the winner of Gref and Triple. He's waiting for the winner. Meanwhile, scrolling down, we have our next series, Wayne versus Nickrack. That's going to be the next matchup here in the round at 16. That is the reason why we dove on Nickrack versus Erebus, is because it did lead into Wayne, aka Raditza, aka Vanya. So again, does lead from one into the other. Scrolling down, we have Rebellion. Rebellion is up against the Mohawk. It's been a long time since I've seen the Mohawk, so really cool to see him here once again. The Mohawk, of course, a player from Malaysia. It's been a very long time. Great to see him still around. Great to see him still competing. When it goes up against Creator in that next round. Meanwhile, we have Lunacy up against Volkatin. Winner goes up against Christiana in the next round. Going down, we have Azura up against Coral Viper. Winner goes up against ShoWTimE. We have Shameless waiting for the winner of Art and Ragnar. We have SKillous waiting for the winner of Ledlix and Ragnarok. That I don't believe is Shin. Bear that in mind. I believe that is a player that we are still trying to gather information on. Regardless, Ledlix, he is up against his current opponent. Meanwhile, GG Machine takes down Pretty Fly, or I believe that was a walkover, and is up against Percival in the next round as well. GG, well played. Okay, so we have a couple of matches that are ongoing. I was also tempted to try to get into GG Machine versus Pretty Fly, into Percival, into potentially SKillous as well. Like that's who I had my eyes on, at least initially. But otherwise, GG, well played. Again, a lot of really good matches, a lot of really good players here. I'm ready. But looks like we're looking for Wayne. Looks like he is currently unavailable. So we'll wait and see. As we're looking for Wayne. Otherwise, we might jump into a different series here. I mean, when it comes to this tournament, there's no wrong answer when it comes to where we go. I was hoping to go Nickrat versus Wayne into ByuN for the quarterfinals. That was my initial plan, but it looks like Wayne is unavailable. It looks like we're trying to locate him, trying to locate Wayne. We're messaging Wayne on Discord and we're trying to find him to compete. Otherwise, there might be a walkover. It's possible that Wayne, he signed up, he checked in, and he was hoping that the first series would be a little bit longer while he raced back home, or while he got available, while he became available. So that's possible. It's happened before. It could happen again. So again, it's possible that Wayne was hoping the first series would be a faster one. To buy him some time. Meanwhile, the other series that's really kind of catching my eyes is Percival versus GG Machine. If you notice, like, I'm typically targeting matches that avoid PvP just because there's a lot of PvP in the bracket. Like Creator versus Rebellion, Christiana, Ledlix, ShoWTimE Azura, Shameless Art, SKillous Ledlix. It's pure PvP in the center. It's the fringes where there are some where there are some Terran or Zerg. So I want to try to avoid PvP while I can before we progress further into the tournament. So that's where my eyes are currently. On the edge matches, on again like Wayne versus Nickrat or Percival versus GG Machine is what I'm hoping for. But you know, regardless, again, depending on what's available, we're going to be going on a break. We're going to be going on a short break here. Again, if you're out there, if you know where Wayne is, message Wayne. We need the Wayne signal. We need so hopefully we can get him on, and hopefully we can cover his match. If not, I may just jump onto Percival versus GG Machine or another one of these matches. Boy. May just switch. For now, though, again, we're going to be going on a short break, so when we come back, while we're gone, take this moment to hydrate, stretch your roaches, massage your marines, get some snacks, get some food, get ready for a night of StarCraft. Again, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have our next match, we'll have our next series. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon. Bye. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Sparkling Chin Cup. Sparkling Chin Cup number 100. Welcome back to the round of 16. As we are jumping into our fresh best of 3. Let's go. Let's go. Spawning in the right-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have our Ukrainian Protoss player, the Pink Protoss, representing Bing Bong Exports. He is known for purely cannon rushing. Oh boy, it is Gref. Known for one thing and one thing only. And spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing ShoWTimE Rebellion. It is ByuN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Just look in the chat as multiple probes are being sent across the map, because you know what we have. We have a forge. Again, if you're unfamiliar with our player here, Gref, he is known to do one thing and one thing only. That is cannon rush in every single matchup. And here come the probes. Here come the boys. Here come the cannons. And that's why he did say one game without blind counter. Everyone knows how he plays. Even ByuN knows how he plays. Double gas opener out of ByuN. The cannon rush has begun, and the boys are being pulled. So we'll see if this can get up and running here, as ByuN, he's going to be on patrol here in regards to the initial pylon. Second probe is going to be coming in. So far, no overreaction here by ByuN. The pylon is going to complete, and here comes that second probe. Going to be set up on the low ground. Cannons are going to be on the way. Again, no patrolling worker here on the low ground out of ByuN. The Marine has arrived. Here comes the second pylon as well, just to keep everything powered. We see Gref starting up his wall. Bunker's going to be on the way. Boys are being pulled. And he does not get on top of that cannon. Again, there's going to be a second cannon here on the high ground. So far, so good. I mean, the cannon is going to be able to finish. Nice protection here. The pylon is, I mean, quite sturdy. Oh! Takes down the cannon. First one does complete. And there we go. The cannon rush is slowly progressing here. Again, only one Marine to defend so far. Gref, he's gaining ground. Yeah, he's gaining ground. Second cannon will finish up. Ooh, the bunker does complete though, just in time. Oh, does focus on the probe. Yeah, one probe left. One probe remaining to try to keep this going. Depot goes down. Supply blocks ByuN. And this might be a bit too much here. Now, ByuN, he does have a factory behind this. It is going to be behind the mineral line. But that, I mean, again, this bunker, it's going to go down. There are just too many cannons. Yeah, too many cannons. The bunker should fall. Production's being cammed. ByuN, he can't make anything from the factory. He's supply blocked. ByuN is supply blocked, and the cannon rush is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. The bunker, no salvage available. I mean, it might have been worth it for ByuN to throw away a couple of SCVs just to actually make anything from that factory. Tech lab is on the way, and the cannons are within range of the CC. Now, of course, we can't pull the boys to repair and buy enough time for the tank. Remember, the tank is soon to be on the way. ByuN's still supply blocked. Yeah, he's still supply blocked. Pulls away the initial zealots. Cannons are encroaching upon the gas geysers. Ooh, one zealot goes down. Does get one zealot. Marine, oh, doesn't quite get the probe. Yeah, not quite. Zealots are trying to preserve those cannons. Again, now he does see the tank is on the way. The tank needs a little bit more time, and these cannons are attacking the CC, but they cannot attack the SCVs. They cannot deny the repairs. Yeah, they're too far back. Tank is out. The tank will eventually clean everything up, but the CC, oh no! Oh, is it gonna go down? It will go down. Down goes the CC, no more economy. And ByuN can't afford anything. He cannot afford a base, he cannot afford a CC, and Gref, it's somewhat working here. I say somewhat just because technically this army will eventually break out. Technically. ByuN still supply blocked. And yeah. ByuN with the dot. GG gets called. And Gref, he will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. Gref, he is one of the best cannon rushers in the world. Is he better than ByuN at cannon rushing? Maybe, but Gref, he will take a lead in the series. He will pull it off. I see Lenlix in the chat. My god. Oh no. ByuN, he's a man of the people. Again, even someone like ByuN can go down to a cannon rush, and with that, GG, well played with that. Gref will take a lead in the series, and can he cheese ByuN out of the tournament? ByuN is meant to be, I mean, he is the highest rated player in the tournament. I should say he's the #1 seed. That's a better way of putting it. He is the #1 seed of the tournament. He is meant to go far, but his tournament run may end here and now at the hands of Gref. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm guessing minerals ran out. Yes, minerals did run out. Again, he just could not out heal the DPS, or he couldn't afford to out heal the DPS of all those cannons, just going ham on the CC. Let's go. Better than Prince. Yo, Prince FA got nothing on Gref. Oh no. We need to make a tournament of cannon rushers of Prince F, of Gref, of ByuN. King Cobra. Turkey Dano, true. Gotta get all the big GM cannon rushers. Aye. The problem is that you can't have them play against each other because they're just gonna cannon rush each other. That doesn't really work. Like you have to set up like certain parameters, basically like have like a bunch of test subjects to play against them to see like how successful they can be at cannon rushing, like a Terran, a Zerg, a Protoss. Like Oh no. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. Into game number 2 of the series, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player, the Pink Protoss, representing Bing Bong Exports, the cannon rusher himself, and we do expect another cannon rush, by the way. It is a Gref. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player, the red Terran himself, representing ShoWTimE Rebellion. It is ByuN. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. I see in the chat, Mano's also a good cannon rusher. I mean, the players that I just mentioned, they are known to purely cannon rush. Like, they don't do anything else. Like, Turkey Dano, Gref, ByuN. Like, these are almost purists, almost. Also, Gref doesn't know. Yeah, I mean, like 200 plus ping is like standard on US West. I'm pretty sure, I've said this before, when I was in Poland, I had better ping to US West than I do from here in Australia. Like, I don't think European players know just how close the ping is on US West. Don't think they're aware. Here we go, 2 racks opening out of ByuN. We do have a cannon rush behind the mineral line. Yeah, this time it's going to be behind the mineral line. This time it's going to be affecting the economy here of ByuN. Ooh, the first cannon is going to finish. The first cannon is going to complete. There we go, second cannon's on the way. The Marine can try to shut that down. As, never mind, that cannon's being left alone. Wait, what? Oh, ByuN wants to evacuate. I just realized, yeah, ByuN, he's just like, you know what, you can have this. I would just leave. Let's go. He just floats away. Yeah, he floats away. Gases are being stolen here from Gref. And ByuN just gets the hell out of the main base. He will eventually expand. And here, hey, there's no cannons. True. There's no cannons on the low ground. ByuN, he migrates over. Does migrate. Likewise, this setup doesn't really achieve much. Let's go. See, this is how you deal with a cannon rush. You just leave. just leave the house back. See, ByuN, he's one of those people in a horror movie that would survive, right? Like if the walls start bleeding, you know, if suddenly like you hear these weird noises, feels like I would just leave. I would just not. You know, this place is kind of crazy. I'm not that invested. Just step out of the house back. True, true. And from here, ByuN, he can just build up. He can just build up. He can just mine from his own natural and get his refinery up and running. As a reminder, a reason why this couldn't happen last game is because in game number 1, Gref, his own cannon rush was covering the ramp. If you remember, it was covering the ramp and it was pushing into the main base. Here, because it came from behind, because it went to the mineral line, I mean, different kind of setup, different kind of scenario, different kind of cannon rush. As we are going for a proxy stalker. These stalkers, though, they can bully the Marines, true. But a Marauder does pop out. Shield batteries on the way. Okay, he's trying to set up this position. We do have a Robo also being proxied as well. So not going proxy Stargates, going to Robo production. Bolt move. Can he deny concussive shell? Looks like it's going to be close. ByuN is going to fight for it. He's gonna fight for it. It's burning down as we speak. Shield battery is done. The boys are being pulled to repair. And the boys, they will repair in time. Whew. Yeah, it was close. Takes out another stalker. Does punish Gref. Does top it up. Behind this, Marine gets across the map as well. Ooh. Oh, nice round. Almost a nice round. Marine slips away. Another stalker falls, but miscontrol there from Gref. Immortals are on the way, but I feel like this is just falling on its face. I mean, at this point, Concussive Shell is done. So there's no escaping these Marauders. There's no escape. This is what peak performance looks like. Exactly. Exactly. As ByuN is slowly systematically just dealing with the pylons, the cannons, the shield batteries. From here he gains access to the pylon so he can depower everything. Just going for the pylon. Gref, he's building up Marauders, but at this point there are too many, he's building up Immortals, but at this point there's too many Marauders, right? There's just too many Marauders here. So there's no answer to this kind of army. Stim is halfway done. ByuN can push. Push, it can move out. I believe Dusk got the initial proxy. Boys are being pulled to help deal with those Marauders. Yeah, and again, Concussive Shell is just brutal here. Shuts down the first one, and we'll shut down the second as well. Shuts down the second Immortal. As cleanup GG gets called, and with that, ByuN ties up the series. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. We are going to the ace match here. And again, again, bearing in mind there were different kinds of cannon rushes. We saw different variation this time here out of Gref. ByuN fully willing to just abandon his main base if need be to expand elsewhere. So in the end, the cannon rush wasn't really threatening anything. There was potential that we saw where we could maybe have denied Concussive Shell. Even if we had, though, I mean, again, the production was up and running, the economy was up and running. It was going to be a difficult position for Gref to deal with. With that, GG. GG, well played, and now we're going all the way to the ace match, and we'll see how this story does unfold. We'll see how it ends. Now, we all know that Gref is going to cannon rush again. Again, that's all he does. It's all he does. It's who he be. But what kind of cannon rush? And this time, of course, ByuN is going to be much better prepared against it. We'll see how ByuN also responds as well. As we are getting into game number 3. Go. Go. Here we go. Looks like our next game is going to be on Ultra Love. Okay. Could be loading into a bit of a smaller map. When it comes to maps that are a little bit more ideal for cannon rushing, that I'm a little bit less familiar with, so we're all going to find out together here. We'll see how and where Gref does set up as we're getting into game number 3. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Ukrainian Protoss player. We have the pink Protoss representing Bing Bong Exports. It is Gref. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Terran player. We have the South Korean Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. We go. And again, we have seen some big names fall to cannon rushes before. You know, infamously, we had Prince cannon rushing and cheesing Maru out of GSL. We're in that GSL series. True, like it's happened before. We've seen Zest fell to Probe Scout. Probe Scout is an American Protoss, an American cannon rusher. That did happen quite some time ago as well. And we'll see if Gref can add ByuN to the names of people getting cannon rushed in big tournaments. Let's go. As the Forge has been thrown down. Forge. This time ByuN fully walls off. Gref is like, let me in, Bappy, let me in. ByuN, no. Stay out. I don't like you anymore. You're not invited. Gref's like, no, just invite me in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So this time, full wall of here out of ByuN, bunker on the high ground as well. Again, this is a hard counter, basically. Like, at this point in the series, if you know that your opponent's going to cannon rush, just wall off. Now, this is not standard. This is not standard in a typical TVP, but because ByuN is now familiar with Gref, that's why he does go for the entire wall off here. Gref's like, what, are you scared? I was like, yeah. What do you mean? You're Protoss. True. There's an easy answer to that question. Gref's like, are you scared of a player 2K MMR less than you? Yes, 100%. What are you talking about? The answer is of course. Oh no. You be down 2,000 MMR, you can still cannon rush the hell out of Maru, ByuN, and Clem. It's true. It's true. So with that, we do see that ByuN, I mean, he is slightly supply block, but there we go, he does break out of that. Setting up on the high ground. Likewise, Gref, he's going for his own Cybercore back at home. Going for, I would imagine, once again, a proxy Robo. I mean, it could be a proxy Stargate as well. Both are available, both are options. What's it going to be? Robo or Stargate? It is. It's going to be the Stargate. Let's go. So with this, I mean, we're going old school. We're going, it's 2021 once again. We're going proxy Void Ray. I'm assuming this is proxy Void Ray potentially into a Fleet Beacon, into proxy Tempest. But alas, this build has been nerfed over the years. It's not as strong as it once was quite a number of years ago. Behind the Cyclones are on the way. We have our 1-1-1 setup. Now, ByuN, he hasn't seen what the proxy is going to be, so he's not fully aware what's coming his way yet, but thankfully he's getting safety Cyclones nonetheless, and getting safety Vikings. Oh my god. There we go, Cyclones and Vikings. He will have all the anti-air he needs. Second racks. He should be fine. He should be fine here. You see him just get a better angle on the cannon. Just free damage. Because of the position of the Cyclone as well, even if the Stalker goes onto the high ground, the bunker will zone away and the Cyclone's going to be safe. So again, really nice angle. Yep, there it is, Fleet Beacon, so he's going proxy Tempest. Tempests are eventually coming. But the cannons are going down. We're still making more Cyclones, more Vikings. Ooh, Cyclone within range of another one of those cannons. A Void Ray has arrived, but I mean, that's what the Vikings for. That's what the Cyclones are for. Yeah, a couple of ways of being pulled to repair. Gref needs more time. Oh. Zoning back the Void Ray. Also in the back. Depowers the gateway, slowly gaining ground. Meanwhile, the Tempest production, I mean, the first Tempest is almost out. But is it going to matter here? As ByuN is still making more Vikings. I mean, now he has confirmation, of course, after seeing the Void Ray. So he knows 100% what's coming his way. Just reactoring out Vikings. Takes down the gateway. Ideally, he wants to lure the Tempest closer to the main, or closer to his army. Then he can try to punish. Okay, now he's coming in. Oh, gets a lock on, going for the Void Ray. One more volley, Void Ray goes down. Massive pickoff. Massive pickoff, takes down the Void Ray. Now just 2 Tempest. Wait, what? 1 Tempest. Ah, that was a delayed second Tempest here. Very delayed. I mean, it looks like he's been prioritizing his cannons and shield batteries. That's where a tank will come into play to help slowly encroach upon these cannons and shield batteries. Vikings, they just leave. Hey, we just send them across the map. True, we just go in, we just land. The Vikings, they annihilate workers. We see Graf trying to expand here at the natural. And yeah, he just goes across. No, there's no recall. There's no recall. He just chronoed. Not like this. So there's no recall available. Void Ray, ooh, taking a lot of damage. Sorry, say Tempest, taking a lot of damage, taking a lot of hits. Probe's gonna be zoned away. 0 economy here for Gref. He evacuates. Yo, can the Vikings intercept? Can they? Can they beat the pros back home and land? He does spot them. He sees. Does he intercept? Nah, not quite. Instead races back home. It would have been big brain if he had sent these Vikings that were at home to the ramp to land, to be ready for the probes. Oh, recalls back home. Okay. Does recall back home. I mean, they were already here, but I guess it's fine. Oh, as now we can 2-shot. Yeah, we can 2-shot the Tempest. Gets 1, gets 2. There's 1 Tempest left. We just have a critical mass of Viking. That was 9 Vikings here for ByuN. Takes down all the Tempests. There's nothing really to threaten him. Tank has arrived. Slowly just picking away at the cannons. Meanwhile, Vikings just came into production. Came into Stargate. And he does find a better angle here where he can attack while being out of range of the cannons. Goes in front of the dive. Oof. Once again, he 2-shots the Tempest. And he will slowly clean this up. Again, this is the army. 1 Stalker, soon to be 1 Tempest. Back across the map, there is no production. There's no other tech. This is all we got. This is all we got back. As he's going for the final Tempest. Pops out, goes down. There are no cannons left, and with that, he's done it. He's done it. He has cleaned this up. Imba, true. GG, well played. With that, ByuN, he will break this proxy location, and he will look to claim the series. But hey, made a series out of it. GG, well played. ByuN, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, ByuN. He does claim the series. Does take down Gref 2-1, but shout out to Gref for again making a series out of this. Unfortunately, this series also showed the downside of being known for playing a certain style. This is the difficult task that players like Gref, like ByuN have to like overcome, is that they're known for doing one thing and one thing only, and because that you can hard counter. Homeowner has this issue as well, where Homeowner, he only all-ins in TVP. And if you remember, in ShoWTimE series versus Homeowner last week, ShoWTimE, he purely went for hyper defensive openers, where he would intentionally stay on 2 bases, open charge, stay on 2 bases, and just be very safe, and Homeowner just couldn't really be aggressive against him. It's kind of a similar setup here, where because he's known for doing nothing but cannon rushes, in game 3, what did ByuN do? ByuN, he fully walled up, right? He fully walled off the high ground ahead of time to be able to wall off his main base to stop any attempted cannon rush from getting into the main. So there was like just a hard counter there with a full wall, just because you know that your opponent's going to cannon rush. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations. ByuN will claim the series, and let's catch up on the rest of the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Let's go. And meanwhile, big shout out to Holy Lime in the chat. God, Bobby God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. As we have subscribed to Twitch Prime for 30 months. Oh my, almost 3 years, almost 3 years of support. Thank you. Thank you so much, Pappy. Do appreciate it. As we are jumping into our next series, we're jumping into our next matchup. Looks like Wayne did not appear. Unfortunately, there was no Wayne. So Nickrat did get a walkover, and now we have our next Terran versus Terran matchup here in the quarterfinals. Let's go. Let's go. This morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing ShoWTimE Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the red Terran player. We have the ByuN Slayer himself, true, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nickrat. Here we go. As we are getting into our next matchup, and if you're in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our TVT. And there's quite a bit of history between these two players. Again, they've played each other many times over the years. As we do open up 2x Reaper back at home. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the history between these two, Nickrat, he was known as the ByuN Slayer because back in the day, back in like what, 2022? 2021 coming into 2022-ish era of StarCraft, I want to say around that era, Nickrat, he was one of the few that was Jesus. We're not stopping. He was one of the few Terrans out there that was actually regularly beating ByuN in OC King of the Hill. Specifically in King of the Hill, in the best of one formats, where Nickrat, he'd rock up, he'd be able to come out with a crazy setup, a crazy build, catch ByuN with his pants down, and take him out. But here, we're going even further than that, in a sense. No proxy. Bear that in mind. There's no proxy, but hyper aggressive, hyper committed here on one base, taking his gases, going mass Reaper. Meanwhile, ByuN back at home playing safe. Double gas opener out of ByuN, going for a safe opener, going for a factory before CC. With that means he has access to an earlier Hellion, earlier Cyclone, earlier setup here. Very safe play out of ByuN. Very safe. So he will have the tools to defend. It will come down to the control. It will come down to the control, to the micro. If ByuN loses his first Reaper, for example, then things can very quickly get out of hand. So you have to be so careful with that first Reaper. You gotta calm down, Pat. You gotta calm down. Here we go. Now Nickrat's got a double Starport or double Reaper proxy ByuN. No, not at all. We're going one base, 3-Rax Reaper. Go. As Reapers are amassing as we speak, ByuN is not fully aware of how dedicated this is and how many Reapers are going to be, but thankfully he's on the high ground, he's playing safe, and he has one of the first 2 Reapers at least. CC's going to be delayed. Ideally, Nickrat wants to bait the army down to the low ground. You can see he's intentionally hiding his 3rd Reaper, keeping it hidden, but the Hellion has arrived, and with the help of the Hellion, ByuN can bully this back. He can just bully this back. Does cancel the CC. He spotted the 3rd Reaper. He knows. It's a very safe response here by ByuN. He doesn't try to fight for the low ground. And he's just building up his Hellions. And as time goes on, it's getting better and better for ByuN. Oh, brutal splash damage. Yeah, brutal Hellion shots. Oh, as takes down 2 of those Reapers. Does take down 2. Good read there by ByuN. He was in position. He caught the rotation. Yeah, the Hellion shots are brutal here, and ByuN, he'll shut this down. He'll just completely shut this down, takes out every single one of these Reapers. And GG gets called. ByuN, he will take game number 1. He will take a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, just really safe play out of ByuN, winding it back. Remember, ByuN, he opened up double gas. He went for a double gas opener, a very safe opener here in TV. I say very safe, I mean tech heavy opener in TVT, which means faster factory, means faster Hellion production. And we saw that once ByuN realized what was going on, he was so quick to just cancel the CC, just give up on the low ground, didn't want to try to fight for it. He knew that he couldn't, and instead he just went for the main base defense instead. Likewise, very fortunate that ByuN, he didn't lose his first Reaper. I mentioned earlier that ideally Nickrat would want to try to catch the first Reaper, catch it out, and if he can get the first Reaper, he can snowball out of control. But again, ByuN was being very conservative with his army, very safe with his Reaper control, with his Reaper movement. GG, well played. And with that, we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing ShoWTimE Rebellion, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Terran player. We have the Platinum Heroes player. Down to the series, we'll see if we can bounce back, as this time we're going for the proxy. This time we double down, we commit. It is Nicaract. As we have not just one, but two SCVs. We're going 2-Rax Reaper. Going proxy 2-Rax Reaper here from the side of Nicaract. I'm assuming that gas is going to be taken here. Yeah, there we go. Gases are on the way. And we'll see if ByuN does go for a safe opener this time, or if he goes for a greedier start. Bearing in mind, he's going for double gas. We are on Magnatha. Magnatha is the largest map in the map pool, so this is a big gamble here by Nicaract. It's very, like, I would say it's, obviously it's dedicated, but it's, I want to say well thought out. So here come the mind games, right? Couple of things. Nicaract last game went for a 1-base all-in. And I'm sure ByuN is thinking he's not going to do that again. Or at least Nicaract, he's hoping for that, right? He's hoping that ByuN would assume that he wouldn't be hyper-aggressive 2 games in a row. On top of that, this is the largest map in the map pool, so it is not uncommon for Terran players to go for a faster CC on the low ground. So Nicaract, he's hoping for this, right? He's hoping that ByuN would be greedy, would be more economic, would cut some corners coming into game 2 after what happened in game 1. As we can see, ByuN's playing safe. Now, you could make an argument that maybe, like, he has been prompted and preempted by Gref. Like, maybe because of the Gref series, ByuN is like, yo, these guys are crazy. Like, I would just be as safe as possible from here on forward against these European players. And, hey, we saw that in game 1, and now we're seeing that here in game 2 as well. So, it's possible that, like, again, playing against Gref kind of already put ByuN in this more defensive mindset, and as a result, he blindly does open up double gas again. So a little bit unfortunate here for Nicaract. He is going proxy 3-Rax, so proxy 3-Rax Master Reaper here, and again he's hoping to try to catch the first Reaper out. ByuN is scouting for the 3rd base, and ooh, he does not scout the proxy. Doesn't scout at the 3rd base location. Pulls back, Reapers are revealed, and ByuN, he does pull back. He can pull the boys, he's gonna have to. Yeah, the boys are being pulled. ByuN, he cannot afford to lose that first Reaper. So far, nice shots, and ByuN holds. Yeah, ByuN holds, he does defend. He's just buying time for his Hellion. He cancels once again on the low ground. He doesn't try to fight for it. He's like, you know what, you have it. I don't even need it. It's all good. Hellion has arrived, and this is looking better and better for ByuN. As time goes on, he's building up more Hellions, more Reapers, and he will just have a more efficient army. Without catching that first Reaper here, Nicaract, I mean, he's going to try to just rush his way through. Boys are being pulled. Once again, the boys are pulled. Nicaract, he does not get the first. There we go. 1 Reaper goes down. But at what cost? He's going to lose too much. He's going to lose everything. Yeah, he gets fully surrounded. GG gets caught. He gets caught out in between the production. And ByuN will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the semis. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, ByuN. He will survive the hyper aggression of Nicaract. Game 1 going 3-Rax Reaper back at home. Game 2 going 3-Rax Reaper proxied instead. And again, like, I don't blame Nicaract for doing that in game 2. There was like a higher chance that ByuN would cut corners, would be greedy. That's what he was hoping for. Nicaract gambled. He gambled quite a bit in game 2, and alas, did not pay off in the end. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN, he does survive, he does make it out, and ByuN is the first player to make it to the semi-finals. We have a lot of updates. Exclamation mark, be in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. Here we go. From the top, we have Creator. Creator, he takes down Rebellion 2-0. Cristiano takes down Lunacy 2-1, and we have Creator versus Cristiano, currently facing off in a PvP. Oh. They're currently facing off. And I just found them, and it looks like, oh, we're jumping in, never mind. Looks like they are in game 1. Sorry, they're getting ready for game 1. They're getting ready for game 1, so we are going to be jumping in mid-series into Creator versus Cristiano. Meanwhile, sorry, just setting up. Meanwhile, scrolling down, we have some other results here. We have ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE takes down Zuda 2-0. We have Art. Oh my. I would say that's a bit of an upset here. Art takes down Shameless 2-1. Big win there for the Polish Art. Takes down Shameless, does advance on the face against ShoWTimE in the next round. Scrolling down, we have SKillous. SKillous takes down Ledix 2-1. Yo, Ledix. I saw him in the chat earlier. He was cheering for Gref. He takes the map off of SKillous. Very impressive play there by Lelex. Big shout out to our Italian Protoss player. Does take a map, does force a series. Meanwhile, Percival takes down GG Machine 2-0, and with that we have purely Protoss and Terran. Ah, there he is. well played, Pappy. Well played. GG. GG, well played. To force the ace match, as that means that we have SKillous versus Percival also occurring in the quarterfinals. So we are we are progressing quite nicely through the bracket, through the tournament. As a reminder, we have our next series. We're going to be jumping into Creator versus Cristiano, most likely into ByuN in the semis. Here we go. As spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Ley Lines, we have the South Green Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss, sorry, the red Protoss. It is Creator. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player, the Polish Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Cristiano. Here we go, and if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat, as this is a rematch. If you were here last week, if you didn't know, this is a weekly tournament. Of course, every single week we host Sparkling Tuna Cup. Sometimes we have to reschedule just because it clashes with another tournament, but for the most part, we are on a weekly basis here on the CranKy Ducklings. And I mean, we're on a daily basis on the CranKy Ducklings, but weekly with the Tuna Cup. And last week, what happened? Cristiano did take down Creator 2-0. It was a 2-0 in favor of Cristiano in last week's semifinals, and now they're facing off here in the quarterfinals. We'll see if Creator can get his revenge. We'll see if Cristiano can pull it off again. We'll see if Cristiano can do it 2 weeks in a row. We'll see if Creator can bounce back. But now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Creator. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of Cristiano as well. If you're curious what occurred in that series, Creator, quite often actually, he was cutting corners. He was going for a gate, cyber, expand, or straight up gate expand. Like Creator, he was going for a lot of very greedy builds and greedy openers, and Cristiano was able to punish. He was able to punish Creator time and time again. This time, 2-gate. This time 2-gate opener at a Creator. This time is slowing down, he's calming things down here, getting into a standard start. Oh boy. Cristiano poking in. Of course, confirming the initial opener. From here, do we open up double Adept, double Stalker, or Stalker Sentry, or even Sentry Expand? We have the answer. Oh, looks like Stalker Expand here out of Creator. The goal, okay. Cancel the Zealot, starts up the Sentry. Double Adept out of Cristiano. Cristiano is going to be back across the map. Meanwhile, we have a standard opener out of Creator, going Stalker Sentry into a standard opener. Sentries are so valuable here in the current meta of PvP because of their hallucinations. Their ability to scout is unparalleled to get a read on what their opponent is up to. Speaking of Cristiano, he is staying on one base, going for a Stargate before expansion. So Stargate before Nexus. With this, he's going to go for the earlier Oracle to harass across the map. And Adepts are massive. Adepts are building up as we speak to likewise go across the map as well. Basically, hyper aggression. It's going to be Adept harass alongside Oracle harass as well. So Cristiano is being quite aggressive. Meanwhile, we do see Creator again being more defensive here, just building up more sentries, trying to have a presence on the map. Pylon does go down. Cristiano can now finally expand. Ooh, hello Creator. Setting up here towards the top side. Here comes that hallucination. Hallucination will confirm what tech was thrown down, and there it is. Now he's aware of the Oracle. So Creator, he now knows what's going on. Back at home, we should be getting some shield batteries, should be getting units in position. And remember, he also saw the Adepts because of the Pylon. Like, he knows what's coming his way. He knows about the Oracles and the Adepts. Probes in position. And Creator should wall off. Oops, yeah. It does wall off in time. Meanwhile, shield battery in the main. The shield battery can out-damage or out-heal the DPS of a singular Oracle. The Oracle's on the way. And so far, a really nice defensive setup here from Creator. So far, very nice. Oracle does make its way in. Pokes in, pokes away. Stalkers are being proactive. Able to catch the first Adept as well. Really nice setup here by Creator. Very nice. I say that Adepts, they do still shade in. They shade into the middle line. Probe's going to be going down. Damage is being done. So far, 3 probes to 2 Adepts. So far, this trade has not been good enough for Cristiano. It's not been good enough. Does pull away. And the Creator still has a better economy. Oh, even catching the Adept as well. But this is a better start for Creator. Cristiano back at home is trying to catch up, trying to recover, getting to his own Twilight Council into Blink. Now, what I will say is that this isn't over yet. As we can see here, a second Oracle has been made, and Cristiano, 2 Oracles they can one-shot. They can one-shot workers. So a shield battery is not going to be enough, but the army is in position. Meanwhile, Cristiano going for the proxy. He did go for the early Twilight Council. I was waiting for Blink. No Blink. Proxy Dark Shrine. Proxy DTs. Ooh, as the first Oracle does take a lot of hits. Now, the scary thing about Dark Templar and PvP is that it is not uncommon to delay your Robo, right? That typically there's no reason. There's no reason for a Robo, except for this position, or unless you're playing hyper defensive, hyper safe. So here we have Twilight Council into Blink, and we'll see if we throw down a third. Creator, he may expand before he gets a Robo, but there it is. He plays it safe. Robo is on the way. He will soon have access to detection. Whew, okay. Now, if Creator had chosen to expand instead, or even throw down extra gateways, he would be in trouble and he could just die. He could have just died here and now, but thankfully he does have a way to get detection. Oracles are moving out. Creator, he does push as well. Pushing with everything. Dark Shrine is about to complete. Now, even though there is going to be detection here for Creator, this can still get damage done. This Creator, he does move out. Does he notice? The Oracles, they're getting some damage. They get 2 probes. Adepts say shade into the main. Nicely done. They get in. And probes are going down. Cristiano, he's distracted. This is brutal damage. Tries to react, tries to respond. It's going to be 6 probes falling. 6 probes are going down. Ooh, meanwhile, Stasis is baited out. And where are the Dark Templar? We never warped them in. He gets scouted. Yeah, he does get scouted. Does get found out. Observer is in position. And Creator, he can now just take his third and get further ahead. I say get further ahead, like he's still slightly behind when it comes to the worker counts, but again, that was a lot of tech invested here for Cristiano. At least the Oracles are still alive. This is forcing a Creator to keep some supply back at home. But he's pushing. Yeah, he's just moving out. Now, both players have Blink. Creator, he does have a higher Stalker count. He's got a larger army. Gonna be pushing up a ramp into a concave, though. Not gonna be easy. Oh, gets a Stalker. Bit of miscontrol there by Cristiano. Bleeds out a Stalker. Sentry goes down. And Creator trying to force his way through. Does blink up. There's a shield battery, but it might not be enough. Yeah, nice hallucinations. Does tank a lot of shots. And Creator, he's overwhelming. He's just overwhelming the army. Numbers are just on his side. Again, Cristiano, who's being cheeky by going into that Dark Shrine, in the end did not pay for itself. Those too many workers. GG gets called, and Creator, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. And again, really impressive play here from Creator. Remember, he was able to keep up with the Adept harass, with the Oracle harass, and he was able to shut down the Dark Templar as well. He did all 3. On top of that, was able to harass as well, getting his own Adepts across the map. Even though he was sustaining some losses from the Oracles, he did an equivalent, if not greater amount of damage across the map with his own Adept harass as well. So really impressive play there from Creator. He does take a lead in the series, and Cristiano, if he wants to take this, he has to lock in. He has to lock in here and now. To make a series out of this, the pressure is on. Here we go. And before I get ahead of myself, a big shout out to Rasaf in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime for the first time. 100. Happy B-Day. Oh, true. True, Rudy, true. But thank you, Rasaf. Thank you. I apologize for not giving you a shout out during the game. I was a little bit distracted, a little bit locked into the game itself, but thank you so much for subscribing for the first time. Thank you. Hope you enjoy the content, hope you enjoy the casting, hope you enjoy the StarCraft as we are getting into our second game of the series. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing himself, currently teamless, leading the series 1-0. It is a Creator. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Offside Esports. It is Cristiano. jumping into game 2. And again, game 1 was a dominant performance out of Creator. Very impressive to keep up with all forms of aggression. And we'll see if he can do it again. We'll see if Cristiano does approach this in another way. Go. So let's back in. For the time being, we see Creator, he's searching for the pylon, trying to get a read on whether or not Cristiano is being cheeky. Meanwhile, Cristiano does move out the probe, but this looks like a fake proxy pylon. Okay, he's going for the fake out. Doesn't intend to commit. Pylon gets thrown down, but again, no proxy, it's thrown down on his own half of the map. So a bit of mind games here out of Cristiano. We'll see if he does force a reaction out of Creator. As Creator's pylon has been thrown down in the main. 2-gate opener. See how players do adjust. As this time it's going to be double adept out of Creator. So double adept opener, Stalker, Sentry out of Cristiano. The roles have been reversed. Cristiano, he's playing safe. Meanwhile, Creator is being aggressive. The turns have tabled. You can see Creator, he's scouting, he's searching for the proxy, he's trying to figure out where that pylon is. We can see that Cristiano just expanding, just chilling, expanding, setting up back at home. Creator likewise going for a slightly delayed expansion himself, making more adepts. And again, now the shoe is on the other foot. Like, now it's going to be on Cristiano to survive the aggression of Creator, to keep up with all these adepts. And we'll see if he can. Hallucination does scout ahead of time. You see Cristiano, he is a little bit late to wall off, but don't commit to the shade. The army does keep up. The army's in position. Cristiano, he will keep a probe in position on the ramp as well. Going to be a robo tech of choice here from Creator. Interesting, going for a robo opener. And with this, he'll be able to get into early immortal production. Build up his immortals, get detection of course. And Cristiano instead going into Blink. So we have two different approaches here. Two different approaches. Cristiano, he will have the more mobile army. Cristiano, he should have map control. Meanwhile, Creator, he will have the greater main army in a head-on fight. To be able to slowly build up his immortal count on 2 bases and may even turn this into a 2-base all-in. That's a lot of adepts. It's a lot. Once we build up to this many adepts, we have 8 adepts in total, we could focus on the pylon. So if Creator, if he shades in, if Cristiano tries to wall off, you can just focus it down. Like, there's enough DPS here to pull that off. And speaking of, here comes a massive shade. It is going to be the pylon. Sorry, the shield battery even. Does he commit? He does, and he can just focus it down. Nice force field. Nice force field. Does wall up. Does force a recall, and Cristiano holds. Whew. Does hold on. Again, very clutch force field. Otherwise, workers would have been going down. Creator, he recalls. He does it again. Moves out for a second time. Creator, he did lose 2 adepts. Now he's down to 6. 6 adepts left. Does fan out. Prism is moving out as well. So we have 3 adepts that are going to be threading a shade into the natural. Meanwhile, the Prism can just go straight into the main. Creator doesn't commit. Again, he wants to keep Cristiano distracted. Keep him locked into his own natural. Here comes that Prism. But Cristiano is on patrol. Nice setup. Setup. Locks down 1, locks down a second adept. 1 does get in, but only 1, so it doesn't really get much damage. Cristiano does hold. And behind this, Creator, he's been building up his immortal counts. Again, just slowly building up those immortals. Throwing down 2 more gateways. And we're waiting for something like Glaives. If we go into Glaives, this does scream 2-base all-in. Going into Blink. Going into Blink Stalkers, also getting into +1, still on 2 bases. Remember, Cristiano, he has map control, so he does have the faster third. Creator's going to be on 2 bases a little bit longer. A little bit longer instead. As Blink is on for Cristiano. He's now being active. Prism back into the main. Cristiano this time not quite in position. He has some stalkers in between the spaces. Can react. Now with a hallucination, he can go straight into the main base. He can try to go for the Artosis pylons and pick off some units. Does spot the Immortals. And locks one of them down, not bad. Yeah, he does get one. Oh, he tanks so much, Jesus. As he was within range of the shield battery. Tanked a lot of shots, but does eventually go down. Jesus. Oh. Creator catching out both sentries. Gets both sentries. Charge on the way for Cristiano, getting his third base up and running. Not taking extra gases. But Creator is pushing. So there's War Prism. He's moving out just before charge is ready. Uh-oh. Again, charge is going to be a big part of the defense here for Cristiano. But he needs to get there first. He needs those zealots. Okay, where's it finishing up? Creator does walk in. The army. And so far, again, Zelsa not ready for the Stalkers. They're going down to the Immortals. That's 3 Immortals he's pushing into. Yeah, again, the choke point is brutal here. Cristiano, he just can't really engage. Cannot engage, cannot push in. Base is under fire. And Creator is just snowballing. He's just snowballing out of control. Pushes into the third. Cristiano, he cannot fight this head on, not without Zealots. He needs those charge lots. He needs them. Gets a sentry. Gets one. Zelsa have arrived, goes to the Prism. Prism goes down. Targets down the Immortals as well. He gets one. Only one though. Yeah, Cristiano just doesn't have enough. The Immortals, they survive. Another Immortal rallies in. And Creator, he has done it. He has done it here. He overwhelms the main army. Again, the Zealots, they were just a little bit too late. And even though Cristiano 2-0'd Creator last week, this week, the opposite. This week, here we go. Creator, he gets his revenge. GG, good luck in the next round. And Creator, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here. Creator does claim the series. Again, Creator, he was able to strike just before charge was ready, just before Cristiano was properly set up. We saw that the gateways were finishing up, the upgrades were finishing up as well, but the Zealots, they were warping in after the first fight. After the first fight had gone the way of Creator, Cristiano just wasn't ready in time. GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, oh my god, we are going to be with that, we're going to be following Creator into the semi-finals. Exclamation mark, be in the chat, have a look at the back yourselves. Again, shout out to Cristiano, he did pose a threat here to Creator. Had a cheeky build in game 1, but in the end, the Dark Templar didn't really achieve too much. Here in game number 2, we saw that Creator was able to build up a very sturdy army here and commit across the map on 2 bases, did not expand, did not get a third whatsoever. 2 base all in out of Creator. Did hit hard, did hit fast. And now we have ByuN versus Creator in the upper semis. Meanwhile, in the lower semis, we have ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE takes an Art 2-0. And likewise, we do have SKillous. SKillous is still mid-series against Percival. Okay. They're still mid-series. So we're going to be, as always, when it comes to our content, when it comes to the Sparkling Tuna Cup, both semifinals are going to be casted, as is typically the case, or as always is the case. So we're going to be covering the upper semis and then the lower semifinals thereafter. Let's go. As we do need a moment to set things up. Vetoes are underway. Vetoes are underway. And we'll have that best of 3. Beautiful. And again, ByuN and Creator, they are regular opponents in online tournaments. They are some of the more active players out there for their respective races. Like ByuN plays in almost everything, and Creator as well also plays in almost everything. Like when it comes to the online Protoss players, Creator, he's typically a little bit more active than players like Classic and Hero, especially pre-EWC and even post-EWC as well. Like Hero, he's taken a bit of a more of a step back, but he should be returning soon. I mean, Hero, he did win last week's WarTTV Monday, for example. True. But I know a lot of players have been taking breaks. They've been taking breaks after the Esports World Cup, but not ByuN, not Creator, no. And not any of these other players here, of course, as well. ShoWTimE, SKillous, Percival, Cristiano, Art. All still going at it. As, of course, we are entering the off-season. The off-season of EWC. Actually, I can tidy this up a little bit here. And there we go, beautiful. Just tidying up. Likewise, as a reminder, before the grand finals, there is going to be a raffle. There's going to be La Rifa, a random raffle for a random player that did compete tonight. So whether it's a player here in the semis or in the quarterfinals, or even a player that got knocked out in the first round, even a player like Gref, for example, they are equally eligible for a random raffle. But there is of course a stipulation to that. You have to have played. You have to have played your games to actually be eligible. So someone like Wayne, for example, true, Wayne, he signed up, he checked in, but Wayne did not play his match. Wayne did not play against Nick Rex, so Wayne is ineligible for the raffle. So there is that criteria, of course, to earn some extra prize money. This week, I think there were 2 walkovers. It was Wayne and Horseradish, or Pretty Fly. So 2 players ineligible. But everyone else is good to go. Also true. Also, if you want to help support the tournament, you can do so via a couple different ways. Via Patreon. You can see our Patreon goal under creator's name, but that is how much money we do earn through Patreon on a monthly basis, and 100% of the money goes towards the tournament, goes towards the Sparkling Tuna Cup. So thank you so much to all the supporters in the chat, and you can see our next goal. You can see our next goal. We're almost there. Casito, papi, casito. Almost at our next goal of 500 USD a month. And that all goes towards our 3 tournament series. That all goes towards Sparkling Tuna Cup, Master Swan Open, and Sea Duckling Open as well. 3 tournaments, all funded via Patreon. And if you want to help support us even further, you can do so via Patreon, or you can also support us via Matcherino as well. There is a Matcherino page for the tournament, or just follow, just watch. Even that helps as well. Even that does help. I'm sure there are some people out there that have never seen Sparkling Tuna Cup before, that don't even know about it. We've been running for 100 weeks, 100 editions of Sparkling Tuna Cup. WarTTV Mondays, they ain't got nothing on us, papi. Yeah. Nothing, papi, nothing. So, again, helping us grow, helping us spread the word. Always do appreciate, always. But here we go. Looks like Vitas are done. Okay. Vitas are done. And game 1 is going to be on torches. Okay. Interesting. Okay. They're bantering a little bit. For those who don't know, ByuN and Creator, they're good friends. They're very good friends. I mean, again, they both used to be on Prime back in the day. And they do hang out outside of just StarCraft. And ByuN, he was like, hold on a minute, I'm writing down a build. I'm opening up Notepad, I'm writing down a build. They're both bantering. The reason for this is because we're loading into Torches, one of the most vetoed maps of the map pool. So we might have something spicy here, maybe, or it could just be banter. We'll see. The mind games, the mind games. Let's go. As we're getting into our fresh best of 3 into our semi-finals, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Torches, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player, we have the South Green Protoss. It is Creator. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats. Coming into this, I mean, this could go either way. I will say that these two players are very close in skill, very closely ranked. Oh my god, and here, let's go! We spoke about it earlier. Welcome to Torches. Torches is it's the second most viewed map in the map pool. Second only to Last Fantasy. It's a rare map. It's a spicy map, known for cheese, known for all-ins, known for aggression. And ByuN, he's proxying in the natural of his opponent, but barely out of vision. Remember, he mined out one mineral patch to be able to fit his racks in. Did fit in. And Creator, he's unaware. Creator, he is currently unaware. Gases are being taken. And with this, we should be going Proxy Reaper. You know, a standard opener here out of Creator, going Gate, Cyber, Expand. Reaper's on the way. Ooh, no EV block. Oh, he checks. Yeah, he does check. He does confirm. He does get. I mean, he saw the minerals. Unfortunately, he saw the gold minerals in the hands of the SCV, so he knew. He knew, of course, that it did come from the wall. Dusk got the proxy. Boys are being pulled, and we're going for the bunker. Ooh, rough RNG. Okay, ByuN does head on the other end. Ooh, does head over to the other side. Yeah, the SCV is safe here in between. Trying to get progression on the bunker, but the bunker is getting very low. Ooh, and the bunker is cancelled. Cancels the bunker. Kills the SCV. Nice snipe. Ooh, oh my god. As Reaper does take extra swipes, extra hits. Reaper going to be forced out. Second Reaper's on the way. Gets one perp so far. Just one. Just one worker so far. I mean, Creator, he had to... I mean, there was some denied mining time. That is true, but Creator, he holds. He does hold on. Stalker has arrived, and Creator, he will shut down the proxy. Whew, okay. He will shut this down. Back at home, ByuN is expanding. CC on the high ground. It did go for the factory before CC because of the double gas. So ByuN, he's working on the next step. But again, a very delayed command center here for ByuN. Very delayed. Starport is already in production. Opening up Cyclone. Another probe goes down. And with that, Creator, he holds, he defends. He's now going to be able to take up, going for his own Twilight Council into Blink. And so far, Creator, he's looking very stable. Looking very stable here. ByuN, who was hoping for more damage. And we'll see what this kind of leads us. What's the follow-up going to be? I'm going for the drop. He's going for a Cyclone drop. You know, Reavers go back in, they get one, they get two probes. Two probes go down. That's three in total. Going for another probe in the main. Ooh, gets another. Okay, he's slowly getting damaged. Three, that's four probes in total. Four probe kills for two Reapers. It's okay damage. It's a 4 or 5? 5. Oh, 5 in total. Meanwhile, just wait for the second Cyclone. And right now, there's a lot of pressure on ByuN to get damage done, and so far he's pulling it off. He is doing it. He's getting damage, and here he's looking for more. He's ideally looking for more probe kills, maybe a Stalker or two. Cyclones are moving in. Creator, he is in position. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready in the main base. He does spot the medevac. Rotates over towards the left-hand side. Oh, yeah, unfortunately, just a misread here from Creator. We got a couple of lock-ons, gets two probes. And Blink is still not done, only halfway. And without Blink, ByuN, he just boosts back and forth in between the bases. Denies more mining time. And ByuN is recovering. He is recovering. Again, zero mining at the natural. Goes back into the main, going for the Stalkers. Medevac is going to go down. Oh, Medevac does start moving. So it's going to be a one-way trip, but he does get one of the Stalkers, does get a second Stalker as well. Can he get a third? Oh, not quite. Gets another worker. With that, he gets cleaned up. And was that worth it here? 8 probe kills in total. He did deny a lot of mining time at the natural, and even in the main base as well. He was also containing Creator on 2 bases while ByuN expanded, right? This entire time, ByuN, he was expanding. The Zealot did kill 2 SCVs, did force a bit of friendly fire. But ByuN now expands, and ByuN has recovered. Again, ByuN, he has an equivalent, if not greater, economy, bearing in mind he has mules. Ideally, the Protoss wants to be up in expansion, third base is on the way, but this is going to be a more delayed third here for Creator. True, this is also delayed because of all the aggression, because of all the harassment. So ByuN is back in this. He's back in this game, behind this, getting to stim, building up additional tanks. Now, the fact that we have a third tank on the way tells us that ByuN, he might commit on 2 bases. We might see additional Raxes, and we could commit into a 2-base all-in. So we'll keep an eye on ByuN's setup. We'll see if he expands or does move out. So we're waiting for either 2 more Raxes or we're waiting for a third CC. As is there, here comes the add-on swap. Now he gets out of tank production, only 3. Only 3 tanks. Bay is on the way, okay. Creator going to be opening up Bay into Colossus, not into Storm. Going for a Colossus opener instead. Going for some more consistent splash damage. And we'll see if we can get there. Ooh. Observer gets caught out. Observer gets caught. I'm still waiting for that next step. I mean, so is Creator. That's why he's here outside of the naturals on patrol. He's here to spot the move outs if there is one. This Creator is saturating back at home, getting a couple of safety shield batteries. Creator pulls away. I mean, Creator, he has very limited vision on the right-hand side of the map, so he can't see any kind of drop play. So Creator, he pulls back. I mean, the Observer just got sniped. So Creator playing scared. Here comes ByuN. Again, he's got 3 tanks. That's a lot of tanks. Now, ByuN, ideally, as he gets spotted, is to wedge himself in between the bases and kill the third. We'll see if he can kill the third and zone Creator away. There's the scan. Creator is getting ready on the right-hand side. ByuN sims in. Nice force fields. But ByuN, he does not get the Immortal. Ooh, barely not. Immortal does get away, does survive. Colossus does pop out. So far, so good. Creator is holding on. You know what ByuN is committing. We see 2 more Raxes on the way, not a third TC. Actually, why not both? But que los dos. Tanks are sieging on. 1 tank does go down, but brutal mine shots, and with that, yeah, he's done it. Yeah, ByuN, he's done it. He has just punished the army, takes out the Colossus, takes out the Immortals, and he will just snowball out of control. GG gets called, and ByuN, he will take game number 1. GG. That is just such a brutal position on torches. That area in between the third and the natural, just wedging himself in between the bases. We saw the Creator, he got caught out. He got caught out in between the bases as well. He was unable to slow down the push across the map. He was forced to attack and fight back at home instead, and yeah, the tanks did siege, the tanks did bully. We saw the Creator, he made a choice there. He made the choice to blink forward to focus on the tanks, but he got punished by the Winter Mines. There were Winter Mines under the tanks, so he got punished in the end. Stalkers did go down. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN takes a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Now, we've gotten over torches. Torches is one of the more quirky maps in the map pool. It was a very chaotic game in general here with the proxy, with the 2-base follow-up. But now we're going to be loading into Persephone, a map where I would say the Creator is going to be a little bit more comfortable on. At least a little bit. Here we go. He built the Colossus, he wanted to lose. I mean, plenty of players do play Colossus still. If you're unfamiliar with TVP, Storm was all the craze a couple of months ago. But the meta has shifted. And here we go, we're getting into our next game. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran, representing Shopify Rebellion, leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing himself, currently teamless, but looking to bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Creator. Here we go. Here we go. Creator does move out. And again, unfortunately, despite the initial defense at a Creator, ByuN, he was able to do so much in the counterattack when it came to the Reaper harass, when it came to the Cyclone harass. As you recall, he did catch up, if not exceed, a Creator when it came to the economy. I mean, did exceed. And again, he was able to get across the map. But like, the map also played into that as well. I was trying to emphasize how quirky Torches is, but Torches has a shorter rush distance by ground, and again, has that abusable area in between the bases as well. Here, the rush distance is longer, so here, that's why I did mention that Creator should be a little bit more comfortable coming into Persephone, and he's scouting for proxies. Yeah, he found out 3 probes? Oh my god. Unfortunately, a bit of a misread here out of Creator. I mean, he does not see the racks, so again, he gets faked out. A brutal start. Yeah, brutal start for Creator. ByuN threw down the racks further back in the main, so Creator, he believes that it's proxied. He does believe, so he loses more mining time. Doesn't sound like a lot, but for 3 pros to be scouting for nothing is brutal. And now he knows. Yeah, now he realizes, goes up into the main, a Reaper is revealed. He's like, I see. Yeah, the racks was just further back in the main base. So a nice fake out here by ByuN. Cheeky start. Cheeky start out of our Terran player. So ByuN is sitting up on the high ground. Again, it's not uncommon for a Terran player to throw down their racks further back in the main, or even at the natural, right? Even like behind the mineral line at the natural as well. It does happen from time to time, and hey, it can pay off, like we just saw. Can pay off. As Creator behind this, opening up Twilight Council. Twilight Council open out of Creator, just going for a standard opener into Blink. ByuN has had a slightly better start. We'll see if Creator can recover. Behind this, ByuN getting to its own 1-1-1. Starport is on the way for drop play. We're building up Marines. We're not going for a mine drop. We're going for something more dedicated. Going for a Marine drop alongside the Cyclone. So much more dedicated here out of ByuN. Here he comes. Shut down. Get behind this, we should just be building up our gateway counts before expanding. ByuN, he will soon push. You can see the army's ready for the drop. Ready to load up. It is going to be a safe opener out of Creator going 3-gate blink. This is more standard nowadays, going 3-gate blink before the 3rd. Even sometimes a robo and gases before the 3rd. Yep, there we go. Robo's on the way. This is the go-to. This is the meta. Here comes ByuN. Ideally, he wants to get into the mineral line, but Creator is somewhat in position. He has 2 Adepts and 2 Stalkers ready in the main. And he will zone away. Yeah, takes on the first Marine. Nice positioning here by ByuN. He loads up, pulls out. So nice defense here from Creator. Doesn't kill the army, but does deflect. ByuN boosting back in. This time he does get another probe. Again, he knows the blink is not ready. Gets 2 workers. Pushing on the right-hand side. No shield battery. Uh-oh. Yeah, Loken is brutal. He can chase out the Stalker. It's going to be force back. Creator, he is holding on. So far, so good. He's holding. Blink is almost complete. And with that, Creator, he has held. He has held, and soon he can now expand and take another base. Prism is on the way, so Creator's going to gain map control and try to even punish ByuN. We'll see what he can get done. Behind this will expand. Back at home, ByuN getting to his own 3-1-1 setup. Stim is on the way, tanks are setting up as well. Stim is looking a little bit exposed, so we'll see if maybe Creator can punish that. So Creator is moving in. Rallying out with the Stalkers. Oh, my apologies. He has 4 gates. I just assumed he had 3, but never mind. 4-gate blink. So much more dedicated here from Creator. He's gonna double down. And I only see, okay, there's 2 tanks. There's 2 tanks here, but Creator is gonna commit. He's gonna dive into the natural. 1 tank goes down. He gets 1. He gets a bunker as well. We're late to pull the boys. Okay, late reaction there from ByuN. We'll lose the bunker. We'll lose the tank. Has to fight out of range. Nice control here, breaking the lock on. It does break the lock-on, takes out the Cyclone as well, and Creator, he can just snowball out of control. Without tanks, there's no defense here. Tanks are just coming now down from the low ground, sorry, from the high ground. Trying to move down, but this is too much. It's getting out of hand here. SCVs are falling, another tank gets picked up as well. And Creator, he does punish. As the boys are being fooled, 11 SCV kills. Again, 4-gate blink, a bit of a rare sight, and I do apologize for missing that 4th gateway. I just thought it was 3-gate. But a 4-gate blink. Blinking forward takes down the final tank, and there's nothing left. There's just nothing here. Again, ByuN, he himself also failed to scout and failed to recognize how many gateways there were. He just wasn't ready for the counterattack. Wasn't ready for the 4-gate. And Creator's just snowballing from here. Just snowballing out of control. Takes down the tank once again. I mean, ByuN, he is picking off some of the Stalkers, true. He's getting as much value as he can, but it's an uphill battle. GG gets called. Creator, he will tab the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. Again, a bit of an older school build. 4-gate blink was in meta like a year ago, 2 years ago, like 2023, coming into 2024 as well. Was very much so prominent in PvT, but then it fell off just because, I would say, it became a little bit too popular. Terran players were being more defensive, were shutting it down, and it just kind of fell out of favor, fell out of fashion, as it is very dedicated. If a Terran player scouts what's going on, if they can recognize the 4-gate blink, then typically the response is 2 bunkers on the low ground. You can pre-pull the boys as well to repair, to set up on the low ground as well, and you have to set up your tanks. But bearing in mind that the tank production was delayed because ByuN did open up double Cyclone. Remember, he opened up double Cyclone. He was more dedicated to harassment, to aggression, which also delayed tanks, which also made his defensive position weaker. So a really nice reaction there by Creator to punish the aggression of ByuN. And with that, here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into the ace match. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tokamak, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran player himself. We have the South Korean Terran representing ShoWTimE Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, tying up the series and forcing the ace match. It is a Creator. Here we go. Again, a cheeky response, a cheeky build going 4-gate blink, which again is not really seen too often nowadays. But a good way to punish ByuN. And now we load into one of the largest maps in the map pool. One of the largest maps. So if we were to calm things down and get into the mid game and get into a more standard setup, this would be it. More so than some of the others. You see Creator scouting for proxies. Does check the 3rd location. Checks out the Tuna. Ah, true. Does check the Tuna out. Before moving out. And this time there's no fake out. This time the Rax is on the ramp. This time ByuN does not fake out his opponent. As we see ByuN going for an economic opener, single gas opener CC on the high ground. As we mentioned before, like welcome to Tokamak, this is one of the this is the most defensive map in the map pool, true. So we often see a lot of longer games here on Tokamak, the mid game, the late game as well. We haven't really traversed there in this series between these two players, but there's a higher chance that we get there here and now in the ace match. Not saying it's a sure thing, but again, more likely. Oh, Tech Lab first. Okay. Going Rax Expand, going Tech Lab before Reaper or Reaper or Marine, so no scouting. ByuN, no Reaper scout, no scout whatsoever. He does go for the earlier Tech Lab. This can be for an earlier add-on swap, or can rush into something like Concussive Shell. I feel like if that was the case, we'd see the CC on the low ground instead to bait out a unit. Yeah, add-on swap. So add-on swap in early Cyclone. Meanwhile, that is a Robo opener. Speaking of unorthodox openers here. Okay. Robo open out of Creator. This is very out of fashion. Creator, he's one of the few that still does this. I say this quite often, but Creator, in my mind, he's like one of the more defensive Protoss players, or more macro-oriented Protoss players out there, in South Korea specifically, more so than Classic, more so than Hero, more so than Zaun. Robo openers can go a couple different ways. If you remember, back in the day, this used to be the way to hard counter 3-Racks, like 3-Rack Stim. Like this heavy commitment into Bio, you'd open up Robo into a fast Bay into fast Colossus production. Here, this would be Robo into a fast Prism to harass across the map. So we can open up with the earlier aggression with the Prism first, or we can go into a faster Bay into faster Colossus, into a very safe opener, very safe. The downside of opening up Bay and opening up Colossus is you do lose map control, right? You lose map control because you have no map presence, because you have no Blink Stalkers. So there's a give and take, but there it is, Prism first. Prism first to move out across the map. As you mentioned, the downside of this is that your army is going to be less mobile because Blink is delayed, and there comes that Twilight Council going into the delayed Council into delayed Blink. I'm assuming Blink instead of Charge. I'm assuming. But here comes that Prism. Meanwhile, ByuN is moving out, going for his own Mind Drop. Did open up Cyclone, but he doesn't move out with it. He does keep the Cyclone back at home. And the Observer just saw. Yeah, just saw the Cyclone. Just saw the 1-1-1 setup. But I believe Creator, he will miss. Ooh, the drop. Does miss the Mind Drop. Drop is coming in. Creator, he does react. Does pull away. And good reactions here from Creator. Woodwine does come back in. And we're just now warping in Stalkers. And so far, 2 probes. 2 probe kills, all those mining times. So far, some nice damage here by ByuN. He even saves one of the Widow Mines. Does save it, can always go back in. Meanwhile, Creator warping across the map for, I said 4 Stalkers. There's going to be 3 Stalkers and a Zept. Bit of a mismatched drop here, but regardless, can still go for SCVs. And we have a Banshee opener here out of ByuN. He's going for the ByuN move out. Let's go. He's pushing without stim. So this is a pre-stim move out. No stim, but 2 tanks and a Banshee. Very dedicated, very aggressive. Observer does spot the move out. And Creator, as ByuN moves out, Creator moves in. Creator who moves in. SCV is going to be picked off. This could end up in a really weird kind of base trader scenario. Do we go for the warp in? We do. Bolt move does go for the warp in. That means there's that much less to defend back at home. And ByuN, he's going to commit. He's going for it. He's going for the all-in. SCVs are going down. They were going to drop the units. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there by Creator. He was distracted. I mean, he's scrambling for a defense back at home. He's got Immortals, true. He has 2 Immortals back at home. And he gets 1 Cyclone. Yeah, takes out the first Cyclone. Nice force field. Slowing down the push, slowing down the tanks. But the tanks, they are sieging up. And Creator, he cannot get on top of them. Yeah, he can't quite get on top of the tanks. Meanwhile, ByuN back at home, he deflects the army. He defends. Yeah, somehow, someway, ByuN does defend. He loses 7 SCVs. But I mean, both players were distracted. And once again, brutal tank shots. Immortal taking a lot of damage. But here comes that Prism coming in from behind. And Creator, he should clean this up. He should clean this up. And then we have to figure out where we are. Because it's been very chaotic. So here comes the warp in. Warping in an Archon. At this point, this army is forfeit. And back at home, ByuN is building up again. Building up his tanks, building up his bio. Remember, still no stim. Charge is on the way, not Blink. Which is going to be a more... I mean, I can just shut this down. Blinking on the tanks. Prism taking a lot of damage. But does survive, cleans up all the tanks. With that Creator, he does hold. He breaks out. And we have a 3rd CC on the way. ByuN is going to try to turtle and macro out of this. Okay. Going for his 3rd CC. He's going to be contained. And meanwhile, I mean, this is the downside of going into Charge. Charge is built to fight. He's built to engage. I'm sure the Creator, he's hoping that ByuN would be more active. Pushing into a turtling Terran is not going to be easy. Going for stim. Okay. Might jump back into the main. Ooh, does get targeted down. Stim is denied. Massive pickup. Creator. Okay. Deny stim, which means delays any kind of move out. and ByuN is contained. Yes, ByuN is already getting a third TC, but he should be contained on 2 bases for the near future, and which means Creator can expand. He can freely expand, saturate his third base, start to tech up. Storm is just now finishing up as well. And so far, Creator looking solid. Creator is in a better position. Assuming that he can successfully contain ByuN, right? Like ByuN, he has a third CC that's about to morph into an orbital, and Creator, he should do the best he can to make sure that orbital is delayed for as long as possible. Just contain ByuN, and Creator, he doesn't have to push into this. He may be able to, like he has 5 immortals, but he doesn't need to. Again, there's like a bunker, there's pre-siege tanks, Widow Mines are set up as well. Like we don't have to go in. Like we gotta calm down. We can just expand, we can just chill, take a 4th base, tech up. So I'm hoping the Creator doesn't make the choice to push into this. There's still a chance that he might break this position, but it's unnecessary. Observer goes down. No vision. And yeah, Creator, he just has to wait for ByuN to come to him. That's all we gotta do. Just chill, wait outside the base, and contain the Terran. So we just gotta calm down. Calm down, Pappy, calm down. And Creator 64th. Good decision here. Again, Creator, there's no need to attack. Creator, we just gotta expand. Just expand, get a 4th base, start throwing down a 2nd forge, double upgrades, throw down a gateway explosion. Get into armor upgrades as well. ByuN, he is breaking out. Ooh, nice storm. Nice storm with the bio. Oh my god, the storms are brutal. Yeah, storms do connect. They shut down the bio. EP's coming in after the storms. And again, Creator, he's just trying to fight out of range of the tanks. And a really nice engage here by Creator, going for another warp in. ByuN, he's trying to expand, trying to get his 3rd, and he does do so. Oh god, god. The storms are brutal. Yeah, storms are brutal. Tank goes down. And even if ByuN gets his 3rd base up and running, like it's already worth it here for Creator. Nice initial storm. Boys are being pulled. Ooh, ByuN, he's diving on the Immortals. Yeah, there's no more storms left. Immortals are going down. Nice breakout here by ByuN. Storm does zone. ByuN, he does trade. He trades well. Takes down every single Immortal. Yeah, very nice breakout. Now, and at this point, we have to counterattack. That's 14 dead SCVs. Remember, Creator, he's on 4 bases. Now is the time to push. Like, ByuN, he's up in supply, but the soup does lie, right? The soup does lie here, where ByuN is on a timer. If he doesn't attack here and now, then Creator, he's just going to recover. Creator, he's just going to re-warp in, rebuild. He will enjoy the greater economy and be able to remax. So ByuN is going to go. He's got to go here and now. He is holding onto an EMP. Holding onto an EMP, moving on forward. Snipe goes off on the High Templar. Nice snipe. Ooh, but he runs into another storm. And he will lose the tank. Oh, nice save. Saves the tank. My shot goes off. But ByuN is being caught out, being chased down. Wasn't able to break the 4th base. Yeah, it took too long. The warp ins did complete. Creator getting a 5th. Does pull away. Whew, okay, and the game does continue. Game does continue here. ByuN, he actually isn't too far behind when it comes to the economy. I would say he's actually in a pretty strong position here. Even though he lost 17 SCVs, he rebuilt. He rebuilt very quickly. Very quickly. Able to resaturate that 3rd base. Likewise, remember, he was able to reset the immortal count as well. 4 CC is on the way. ByuN is in this. ByuN, he's very much so in this game. We have a back and forth. That big lead that Creator once had, not really there anymore. And this is also hindering him, lack of gases. So he has to take his gases. With this, he can start to afford Colossus. There we go. 2nd Robos on the way. He's going into double Colossus production. Meanwhile, ByuN, he's setting up nicely back at home on 4 bases. We mentioned earlier that this is the most defensive map the map pool. True. It's very difficult to break a 4 basing player. It goes both ways, but very difficult to break them. As the 4 base setup is very secure here on Tokamak. ByuN breaking out. Again, there's a reason why we said that here on Tokamak, this is the highest chance where we get into the mid to late game. I still at run buys, but A moved on the gas geyser. Oof. Yeah, just stacking the gas geysers, not getting the most amount of damage. 6 SCVs is nice, but that could have been a lot more. Creator getting a 7. Sorry, 60. My bad. Getting a safe expansion. It'll still take some time for all these bases to really kick in, but again, he's just taking advantage of his quote-unquote map control. Like, ByuN has been licking his wounds. Colossus are amassing. Again, making 2 Colossus at a time. Again, in PvT, you don't want to rely on purely one source of splash damage, so Colossus with Storm, eventually into Disruptors. Stargate has begun. This is the first sign of a Mothership and Skytoss. I don't think Creator can afford that yet, but he's working in that direction. I feel like Creator is getting ahead of himself a little bit, but sure. As ByuN, he's secured his 4th, fully operational, and both players are about to max. Both players are going to max out. We have ByuN going into Vikings, so he's going to be ready for the Colossus. Likewise, he'll have plenty of EMPs as well. +1 air attack has begun, so again, we are taking in the direction of Skytoss. And I believe a second Stargate. Unless I saw things. I just won. Sorry, Fleet Beacon, there we go. Fleet Beacon's on the way. Basically, as the tech progresses here for the players, ByuN, he should be working towards Liberators, right? It's all about that air control. Vikings for the skies into Liberators, and with high enough Liberator counts, you can just bully the ground army and just bully the Protoss. So typically, Protoss players have to respond with Mass Stalker or with Tempest. So we're getting ready for Tempest production. But again, Creator, he's taking up very quickly. Very quickly. Storm zones away. Which I don't mind if he can get away with it. Oh, as he's actually, for the time being, going into carrier production. And I mean, that makes sense. If you remember, I mentioned how Tempests are going to be necessary against Liberators. We're not even there yet. Like, we're getting into Liberator range. So there is a window in time here where carriers are going to be a little bit more viable. I don't know if that window exists, though, just because of the high Viking count. Like, Tempests are straight up just more efficient. They're just superior to carrier in most circumstances. But there's, I guess, a window here where you can pull this off. It makes sense because Creator's just kind of rushing into this tech. But we'll see if it works out. Nice feedbacks. Does miss one of the ghosts. Nice feedbacks nonetheless. You see Creator being active on the right hand side. What's scary here is that ByuN doesn't know. True, like ByuN, he has no idea that Skytoss is building up. There are certain players that do delay their Skytoss even further, or just they just avoid it. You are getting 1, getting 2, 3 ghosts. Very nice. 3 ghosts go down. Storms will zone away. So far, Creator having a very nice fight. Deny some of these CCs as well. Cannot push into the liberation zones. The freedom has arrived. So again, he has to respect the freedom. Does have to respect it, does have to pull away. More carriers are building up. I'm still not entirely convinced by said carrier, but I mean, again, it helps that ByuN is unaware. Scans. It's getting guys on the bases. We have 4, soon to be 7 carries. You can see they're just slowly building up in the main. Again, they're being intentionally kept hidden. Just one big surprise move. So again, can we get away with a hidden carrier switch? Ooh, scan barely does miss it. Wait, what? What did we see? I saw the Stargates. Okay, saw the Stargates. So he knows that Skytoss is going to be available. There we go. He's making 3 Vikings at a time. Another Starport gets thrown down. Yeah, he's getting ready for Skytoss. He saw enough. He did see enough. Ooh, catching at one of the High Templar, catching a second High Templar as well. Nice storm in the mineral lane. Carriers are revealed. EMP does pop off. Oh, he's pushing in. He's trying to at least. From here, Liberators they can set up. Canada they will. Oh my, with the storm! Oh my god, he stands in the storms! Yeah, the storms are brutal. Carriers are going down. He stacked everything in the storm, including his Vikings. Took the storm to the face. More Vikings are building up. Likewise does drop the storm. ByuN still making mass Viking. Getting up to 14 Vikings. Creator is trying to go for the kill. Trying to. He's down to 1 High Templar. Storms are not available. Doesn't have a storm, but does take down the Liberators. Does force his way in. He's trying to. As again, there's just the 1 High Templar. He will soon have 1 storm. They're close to putting in a lot of work. True, just bullying the ground army. Yeah, he has the high ground and he has done it. At this one, he has done it. Just bullies back ByuN. Takes out the Vikings. GG gets called. Again, the hidden carrier switch did work out. As Creator, he just went straight for the army, straight for the bases. And Creator, he will take the series at 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A cheeky move here from a Creator to hide and bank up those carriers. Thankfully, ByuN didn't scan until the very end. He didn't scan until the very end, and you saw that as soon as he scanned, then he threw down more Stargates, and he started, sorry, Starports, I should say. He threw down more Starports. He was trying to go into those Vikings, but as soon as he got found out, Creator, he pushed. He pushed then and there. He was able to brute force his way through the defenses, brute force his way through the army. GG. GG, well played. Also helped, of course, that ByuN, he was stacking quite hard. He was for the first couple of fights, and with that, ByuN is out, and Creator is in. GG. GG, well played. Creator, he does advance on to the grand finals. And the question becomes, who will face him? Who will face him in those finals? Let's go. Let us go. Again, I was a little bit concerned. I wasn't too convinced by the carrier switch, assuming that ByuN would find it, but he didn't, right? He didn't until the very end. So Creator, he got away with it. He got away with hiding those carriers, with building up that golden armada hidden in the main. It was very risky. it was a big risk to take, but hey, he got it back. He got it. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. We're getting into our next series. We have pure Protoss. We're used to it. If you remember, I mentioned this at the start of the broadcast, how I was intentionally jumping on Terran and Zerg matches early on because we knew that PvPs would eventually just, you know, be the dominant force in this tournament, as it typically is. And now we have pure Protoss remaining. Up next, we have our lower semis, ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, of course, took down Art 2-0. We have SKillous take down Percival, and now we have purely PvPs. Welcome to the 100th edition of Sparkling Protoss Cup, as we have ShoWTimE versus SKillous into Creator. Let's go. Let's go, baby, let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. Representing Sentinels, it is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss player himself. Representing Team Liquid, it is SKillous. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our fresh best of 3. Creator, he will have some time to rest, to recover, to recuperate after his series, to rest on up and get ready for his next opponent. And it is going to be a Korea versus Europa finals. Korea versus Europe. Do love to see it. Question is, which European Protoss will be the representative here? Will it be ShoWTimE? Will it be SKillous? Oh, did I misspell Sentinels? Yeah, I did. My apologies. I was rushing to type it down. I do apologize. Fixed. It is fixed now. Meanwhile, 2-gate opener here out of ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, SKillous. Oh my god, taking a massive risk, going for a gate expand. Okay, cheeky build here by SKillous. Even MaxPax rarely goes for this build, so gate expand out of SKillous, cutting a lot of corners. This is one of the greediest builds you can go for, and ShoWTimE goes for a fake proxy. Ooh, not a real one. A real one would have been ideal, but ShoWTimE didn't scout. ShoWTimE doesn't know how greedy SKillous is being, so if we had committed to a real proxy, ShoWTimE would be in a better position, but it's a fake. Fake proxy here by ShoWTimE. Oh, he's doubling back. I mean, this could be proxy Stargates, I suppose. That wouldn't be too bad. Sure, that's what you got. We're expecting Stargate. There, the Stargate's on the way. So, proxy Stargate out of ShoWTimE. So, ShoWTimE, he will have the opportunity to be aggressive in some way. This is not an all-in. Bear that in mind. This is not an all-in. This is a way to be aggressive. This is a way to get economic damage to catch up in the economy with Oracles and with Adepts. You want SKillous, setting up a shield battery on the low ground. SKillous, he did not probe scout. Actually, no one scouted. There's just no one scouted at all until now. ShoWTimE, he sees the timing of the Nexus. He knows. He now is aware of how greedy SKillous has been, and now ShoWTimE knows to be as active as possible, as aggressive as possible to punish. Here we go. ShoWTimE is moving in. Meanwhile, SKillous throwing down 2 more gates behind this, going into 3-gate follow-up. Okay. Interesting. ShoWTimE throwing a shade. He can of course one-shot with his 2 Adepts. Gets 1 probe so far. Walks away. Shading back in. Again, there's a lot of pressure on ShoWTimE, and he will get... Oh, he will deny mining time at least. Just getting 1 probe kill so far. Oracle into the main. Oracle's moving in. Mining is denied here at the natural. So by denying mining, gets a couple of probes. Again, the working count isn't too great, but he is denying mining. That's what's important. As the Oracles are backing up. He's got 1, now a 2nd Oracle as well. And ShoWTimE is caught up. ShoWTimE is catching up in workers, despite how greedy SKillous has been. ShoWTimE main knighting over. Double Oracle into the main. SKillous, he has 1 Stalker in position. The main army is here at the natural. SKillous is not ready. And probes are going to go down. Let's go. Yeah, double Oracle into the main base. Probes are being 1-shots. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probe kills. Getting up to 6, 7 workers go down. The Oracles do get away. Adepts a shade in towards the left-hand side, distracting SKillous. And ShoWTimE takes a lead. ShoWTimE does take a lead here, so we get a very nice setup out of ShoWTimE. Punishing SKillous. Does punish, does take a lead. We have Blink on the way for both players. And SKillous is trying to keep up, bearing in mind that both Oracles are still alive. Still no hull damage, by the way. They go in, they go 1, they get 2 probes. 2 more workers going down. Oh my god, as the Oracle barely gets away. Got a nice interception by SKillous, but it doesn't quite get it. Oracle pulls out. And SKillous is in a rough position. Now, he does have a 3-gate setup behind this. He may just go for a 2-base all-in. SKillous is behind. ShoWTimE is getting a third base, and this might be better. Never mind. I was gonna say this might be better for SKillous if he goes for an all-in, right? If he goes for an all-in, and if ShoWTimE is expanding, then SKillous can just double down and try to break him. But SKillous also gets a third as well, so SKillous is still playing from behind. He's got some catching up to do. I mean, he does have a larger army, true. Does have more stalkers. He can still make use of this in some way. As glaives are on the way. You're getting into glaives. This tournament makes me hungry. Get your tuna, man. Get your tuna. True. Get your tuna. And ShoWTimE does poke out. And again, ShoWTimE doesn't have to break here and now. He's just poking in, getting a stalker here and there, pulling back. Again, ShoWTimE still has the greater economy. Behind this getting to +1, charge, so is SKillous. ShoWTimE now takes a stalker lead. Oh, Jesus. Thankfully doesn't get baited in. Thankfully. So fast ShoWTimE looking for another way in. Does he have a prism yet? Not yet. So Robo's still on the way, so no war prism to reinforce. But still looking for a fight. Still has more soldiers to work with. Yeah, with that you can just bully back SKillous. Comes down to the unit control. Stalkers are going down. A lot of Stalkers not actually engaging here for ShoWTimE. So better concave for SKillous. Yeah, initially a better concave. Despite that, he still might not have enough. And Stasis Trap on the way, does try to go for the Oracles. Ooh, Stasis goes off, catching up some Stalkers. And ShoWTimE, he will have enough, or he will be able to break through. Again, still waiting for his reinforcements. It is hurting ShoWTimE that there's no War Prism. So War Prisms are so delayed. As he has to warp in all the way back home. But there it is, as we just spoke about it. Here we go. Here we go. Prism is on the way. Finally, he's moving out. Charge is done. SKillous, he's slowly recovering. Again, that fight might have just gone the best way it could have for SKillous. Just because he had... Oh, God, no. He gets caught out. Does take a Stasis to the face. And now it's ShoWTimE. Now is his time. It's ShoWTimE. Doesn't try to capitalize on this, though. Now would be the time to just deny the base and take a fight. But ShoWTimE, he's playing a little bit more tentative. He pulls back. I don't think ShoWTimE realizes just how far ahead he is. Where's the War Prism exactly? War Prism to harass, not to reinforce. And Prism is going to be rallied here into the natural, but there are Zealots and a cannon in position, so SKillous will defend. Zealots, they have now joined the fray. And ShoWTimE will take this fight. He will take this fight. Denies the warp in. Can't get on top of the base. Can force back the army. Prism into the main. Shouldn't get much done. But the main army does. Cancels the expansion. And ShoWTimE should be able to just keep pushing. Just keep going. Keep pushing. Oh, the Prism is sniped. ShoWTimE just has an overwhelming army. Reinforcements are a little bit delayed, and he has to race from across the map, but he should still have enough. Yeah, reinforcements have made it, and from here, ShoWTimE will just overwhelm with Snowball out of control. GG gets called, and ShoWTimE takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. ShoWTimE does take a lead in the series. Again, as SKillous, he went for a very cheeky opener. He was cutting corners. As a reminder, winding it back, he went for a gate expand. Gate Nexus out of SKillous. What did ShoWTimE do? He went for a proxy Stargate with Adept Harass as well. And he did crippling damage. It was insane. It was impressive just how many probes ShoWTimE killed. So even though SKillous had a greedier opener, because of the aggression of ShoWTimE, he made up for that. He made up for that and even exceeded that as well. So ShoWTimE took an early lead, he crippled the economy, and he just maintained that lead. He maintained that lead. If you remember at the time, before SKillous took his third, we were theorizing, we were like, okay, in this kind of position, it's either we all in or we try to recover economically. And SKillous made the choice not to all in. He chose to try to take a third base and try to expand, but in a mirror matchup, playing from behind is so difficult. It's so difficult. In PvP, there are ways to recover with drop play, with Prism drop, with Zealot run by, with Stalker counterattack, with Dark Templar, sometimes maybe rushing into Disruptors. Like, there are some ways to try to recover from that, but unfortunately, he just wasn't able to do any kind of counter damage. Wasn't able to come back. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into game number 2. Getting into game 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the German Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. It is SKillous. Here we go. See the chat. This should have been a build or a loss. As we were trying to emphasize, thankfully, because ShoWTimE did open up with the proxy, he was able to pull apart SKillous. I guess you could argue that against SKillous, he went for a 3-gate follow-up, but again, he was out of position when it came to defending his main base. He was pulled apart by ShoWTimE, by the aggression, by the Oracles, by the Adepts. Was torn apart. So impressive play there by ShoWTimE. And this time we're calming down. This time, 2-gate. 2-gate opener out of SKillous, 2-gate opener out of ShoWTimE. This time we are not cutting corners, we're not being greedy, we're calming things down, we're slowly building up. Hello. As both players are going to be hiding their probes. Interesting. There we go. Do you see SKillous going for the proxy pylon left hand side? Likewise, so does ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, his is a fake proxy pylon. SKillous looking real. Cybercore is almost done. And based on this location, this looks like a proxy Stargate. It looks like we have a bit of a role reversal. Kind of. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Proxy Robo. Okay, let's go. One base all in out of SKillous, and ShoWTimE, he hasn't scattered the main base, but he's still checking the left-hand side, and does check the expansion location, but he doesn't go further in. He also doesn't check the proxy location yet. He's going for his probe scout, checks the Nexus. And ShoWTimE sees nothing. He sees nothing. He sees no tell. He didn't scout the main, so he doesn't know if there's a proxy pylon or not. ShoWTimE is in the dark. But he goes for a defensive robo here. Good read out of ShoWTimE. He has very limited information, but I guess he doesn't see a pylon on the low ground either. So he goes for a defensive robo, which is going to be ideal. Again, this is almost hard countering SKillous. ShoWTimE shades in. Once again, checking for the expansion. There is no Nexus. ShoWTimE, he's confirming that something is wrong. SKillous moving in. Both players keeping up with each other. Prism has been spotted. There we go. He does scout. ShoWTimE knows. And he finds a pylon as well. So he's fully aware of what's going on. Behind this, ShoWTimE getting his own Prism, getting his own immortal production. Shield batteries on the way on the high ground as well. And the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for ShoWTimE. He'll have the better setup. Ooh, as the pylon, it may just go down. Yeah, the immortal, it's going to take too long to kill the adepts. Even if the immortal pops, the pylon is going to fall. Nice pick up here. Delays a second immortal. Delayed second immortal here. Things are looking bleak for SKillous. Ah, no. So he has to repower. At the same time, ShoWTimE just going across the map. Again, he's going to just secure the all-in. Getting to the main, forcing a recall. So it up, taking one shot. They get one probe so far. Meanwhile, SKillous making his way in. They get 2 probes. They get 2 workers. Gateway is going to go down. ShoWTimE is supply blocked. Okay. It's supply blocked. So ShoWTimE, you cannot reinforce. Just now breaking out. Okay, Stargate into Phoenix production for SKillous. Let's go. And SKillous, he's slowly gaining ground. At the same time, ShoWTimE, he does get into the main. He scouts the Stargate. Once again, he's going for the mineral line. And he's denying so much mining time here. Gateway goes down. Yeah, and probes are falling. 4 or 5 worker kills. Still no economy. Force field. Ooh, does create a bottleneck. Doesn't quite punish. ShoWTimE still greater economy, greater mining. Getting his own Stargate for his own Phoenixes. SKillous, he's found some value here, even depowering the Cybercore and depowering a shield battery. Nothing major yet. Still losing more probes. Yeah, 2 more workers going down. Finally going to be able to clean this up. Now, with the help of his Phoenixes, can SKillous break the main? Pushing up a ramp into 2 shield batteries into soon to be 2 shield batteries and more immortals. It's not going to work out. SKillous may have to try to expand from here, but even then, he's going to be behind when it comes to the army, when it comes to the potential here that ShoWTimE has. Especially now that he has his own Phoenixes. Speaking of, yeah, baits him in. And the Prism is going to go down. Ay. Brutal snipe. Prism does fall. ShoWTimE has his own. He breaks out. And SKillous, he cannot fight this head on. Oh god, he's gonna get caught out. Losing every single immortal. And the army juggle's over as well. SKillous, he has to get the hell out of here. But even then, where can he go? GG gets caught. He gets shut down. ShoWTimE will claim the series 2-0. And ShoWTimE, he will advance on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to ShoWTimE. Again, a really nice read out of ShoWTimE. Winding it back, what happened? SKillous, he committed into his proxy, and ShoWTimE didn't even scout the main, by the way. He didn't even scout the main base, but he himself, upon seeing there was nothing at the natural base himself, he went for his own robo. So good read out of ShoWTimE. For all he knew, it could have been proxy Stargate. Right, it could have been a proxy Stargate, didn't have to be a proxy Robo, so ShoWTimE, he gambled a little bit, he gambled well, he opened up Robo himself into a very safe, very defensive setup, and he was able to punish his opponent with his own Adept Harass, able to just cripple the economy of SKillous. SKillous, he wasn't really gaining any ground. Also, a really big moment was when SKillous got depowered. Remember, his Robo was depowered, which delayed the second Immortal, which delayed the all-in, and it gave ShoWTimE more time. Gave him more time to set up, more time to respond, react, and defend. GG. GG, well played with that ShoWTimE. He will claim the series, and now we're getting ready for the grand finals. We're getting ready for the grand finals here. It is going to be a best of 5 between ShoWTimE and Creator. But of course, before the grand finals, you know what time it is? It's Gamba time in a different way. It's time for La Rifa, papi. Let's go. Again, every single week, every single Sparkling Tuna Cup, we do have a random raffle. We have a random raffle here for the players, and it is time. It is going to be time here. Hold on, just setting up our matches. Congratulations, Yaka. True. Oh no. Yes, we have our raffle. We have La Rifa. Un momento. Beautiful. So the way this works here is that every single week we have a player participation raffle. Basically, it's a way to spread the love, to spread some of the prize money here amongst the players. Every player is equally eligible here for 5 USD. It isn't anything too major, too crazy, just 5 USD, but it's a nice way to kind of spread the love. And again, it can go to a finalist like ShoWTimE or Creator, or it can go to someone that got knocked out in the first round. You can go to anyone, baby, to anyone. Just a way to incentivize participation, to even get some people in the chat involved as well. True. Don't have to be a pro player. Don't have to be a pro player here to walk away with some prize money. And here we go. As we are getting into the swing of things here, and we have this week 22. We have 22 eligible players for this week's random raffle. And this week, one player walks away a little bit richer. This week, congratulations! Ooh, to the South Korean Protoss Rebellion. GG, well played. Congratulations to Rebellion, as he does walk away with 5 USD. You can see the runner-up said Ledlix. Hey, we saw Ledlix earlier. We saw Ledlix, Bogachin, GG Machine, Creator and ShoWTimE. The 2 finalists were also there as well. But congratulations to Rebellion, the Korean Protoss player himself, on Among S2 people. Quickly checking the bracket here. Rebellion, I think he got knocked out by, it was a PvP if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Brackets, interact, full brackets. Rebellion, he got knocked out by Creator. Oh, there you go. He got knocked out by Creator. Creator did knock out Rebellion 2-0 in the round of 16, but Rebellion still walks away with some prize money. So GG, well played. Hashtag rigged in the chat, of course, as well, as always. As always. So Rebellion does walk away a little bit richer here, and now we're getting into the grand finals between Creator and ShoWTimE. Here we go. As a reminder as well, because this is the 100th edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, we have a boosted prize pool. Typically our prize pool is 105 USD, but this week it is 205 USD, so we have more money on the line for our players. And here we go. Spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss. It is a Creator. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player from the land of Germany, representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we jump into our PvP Grand Finals. Let's go. See in the chat. Hashtag exactly, buddy, exactly. Here we go. But yes, predictions are open, so place your bets on who you think will claim it. I assume this is going to be a back and forth. I assume we're going to be seeing a game 3, a game 4, maybe a game 5, but I'm assuming at least like a game 4 here between our two. And we'll see how the story does unfold. So far, 2-gate opener out of Creator. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE, he does move out across the map. Yeah, there it is. For a moment there, I was like, wait, I lost sight of the probe. Does move out. This is a prime location for a proxy robo, and we'll see if ShoWTimE does commit to a proxy. There it is. We're going for the proxy. We're going for what looks to be an all-in. So ShoWTimE starts things off with a bang. For those that maybe haven't been watching much StarCraft as of late, ShoWTimE, he's known for being very cheesy and very aggressive, specifically in PvP. He does have a reputation of being a very defensive player. That is true, and that is more applicable for the other matchups. Specifically for PvP, it all goes out the window. It all goes out the window. You know, nothing is off the table here in Protoss versus Protoss. So we'll see what ShoWTimE does commit into. Cybercore is done. Pylon is complete. Creator with his probe scout, he does see that the pylon is missing. True, he knows. He knows the pylon is missing, and we can see the robo. So again, proxy robo, one base all in by ShoWTimE. Creator, he knows that something is wrong, something is amiss, but is it a real proxy? Is it a fake proxy? It's on Creator to determine what exactly is going on. I think calling in game 3 is pretty safe bet considering it's best of 5. True, true. Can almost guarantee. Almost. Bar something crazy happening. Meanwhile, 2-gate opener into Cybercore into Expand. Oh, we do see a standard opener here out of Creator. He does take a chance. Does take a chance. Does take a risk here. This is ideal for ShoWTimE. Is ideal. As Immortals are on the way, and Creator is none the wiser. He's none the wiser here. Oh, he does scout there. Yeah, he does scout, does check, does confirm. He does see the robo. He responds with his own robo. But remember, unlike the previous game, remember, with ShoWTimE versus SKillous in game 2 on Maganatha, we saw that ShoWTimE, he went for a robo before Nexus. He was able to read that his opponent would be more aggressive. He did take a chance there because he had no confirmation, but he did go robo before Expand. Here, Expand before robo. So this is a greedier opener here out of Creator, which means it's a higher chance that ShoWTimE can pull this off. Higher chance he can pull this off. Shield batters are finishing up. Force fields are ready. He has those sentries. He has those force fields. And ShoWTimE is just waiting for his prism. Then he can move in. Then he can bait out force fields or even just bypass the army and head straight into the main. Oh. And Creator has no vision. He has no vision. He does rotate some. Okay, he spreads out his army. 3 stalkers in the main. 3 sentries at the natural. He's ready. Ooh, prism takes a volley. ShoWTimE still going for it though. Yeah, still does go for it. Gets owned away. So far, Creator, he's holding. Creator, he is holding on. He's defending. More warp-ins coming in. Second Immortal is almost out for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE rotates the low grounds. Once again, baits out the force fields. Does pull away. Creator keeping up with hallucinations. It does have a safety shield battery in the main base as well. So nicely spread out. Gee, he's got 3 shield batteries at the natural. Getting a 4th shield battery as well. It's a lot of shield batteries. Once again, he's moving in. This time, ShoWTimE, he just forces his way forward. Takes out the first Immortal. Massive pickup. Gets 1. Yeah, he gets the first Immortal. Likewise, Stalkers are stuck in the main. The downside is spreading himself too thin. As he was out of position. Nice force field once again, just zoning back the army, locking it down at the ramp. ShoWTimE, he pulls back. Did lose a decent chunk of his adepts. But mainly adepts. Now he's headed for the main. Created a little bit slower to respond this time. Going for the pylon. Shield already putting in a lot of work. Yeah, the pylon's getting low. I do appreciate the backup pylon here for Creator. Let's see the second pylon. Remember, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Creator. ShoWTimE is on a timer. He's on the timer. So he now has his 4th Immortal. Again, that's a lot of Immortals. And remember, he's mainly lost adepts. He has been preserving his army. Now shading in. Couple of nice force fields. Does not get the Immortal. Never does blink in. Does shade in even. 8 dives in the army. Takes down the Stalkers. The Immortal's going to be zoned away. Voids are being pulled into adepts. Nice target firing. And ShoWTimE, he's done it. At this point, he has done it. He has broken the back of Creator. We spoke about it this game. There was a higher chance for this to work. It was a later reaction by Creator. And ShoWTimE, he's done it. Warping into the face of Creator. Does warp in. We have a defensive Immortal coming down from the high ground. Nice control here from ShoWTimE. Does juggle. Does preserve those Immortals, I should say. Yeah, still 4 Immortals barely standing. Does get forced out though. Okay. Gonna get forced out. He preserved the Immortals. He preserved the Prism, but barely doesn't break Creator. Oh, he gets it. Never mind. I say that Creator is down in workers. He's down in army. Mining is being denied. ShoWTimE shades back in. Gets more probe kills. As Creator, he's just regenerating those shields. Getting 5 probes in the main. Ay, ay, ay. But hey, we still have 4 shield batteries. Creator, he can still defend. He can still survive. ShoWTimE making his way into the main. Ooh, going for the pylons. Okay. Does bypass the main army. Creator out of position. Takes out both pylons. Oh, yeah. Takes out both pylons. Takes over the control of the ram. GG gets called. ShoWTimE out positions. And ShoWTimE takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. ShoWTimE does take the game here. Again, a very intense game 1. Very close, very clutch. Despite the later reaction by a Creator, like, he was still able to hold his own for a time. But again, the force fields were brutal. And again, he was torn apart by the adepts, by the aggression. GG. GG, well played. Whew. With that, ShoWTimE takes the lead. And now we're getting into game number 2. A very intense game 1. And we'll see if the intensity continues here coming into game 2. Game 2 is going to be on Pylon. Pylon is known for aggression. You don't have to proxy across the map to be aggressive here. Pylon is a very small map, short rush distance by ground. We'll see how hard our players commit. Let's go. Let us go. Here we go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss. Red Protoss himself down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can make a series out of this. The pressure is on. It is Creator. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player, with the Blue Protoss himself, the German Protoss representing Sentinels, leading the series 1-0. It is ShoWTimE. We go. Whew, hi. Got a very intense game 1, and we'll see if it's going to be Creator's time to be the aggressor. If it's his turn, I should say. See if it's going to be his turn or not. So far, we're calming down, we're settling in. First probe is being sent out. Shout out to the Tuna. Listen to that brutal OST. Oh, clearly. Jamming to the OST. So now 2-gate opener out of both players. 2-gate openers all around. Creator, he does go for the earlier scout into the main. And ShoWTimE, once again, he does skirt around the edge of the map, and he's going for the proxy pylon. Okay, let's go. Based on its location, do we go for... I mean, it's a little bit more out of the way here, so if we do commit to a proxy, I want to say there's a higher chance this is going to be a proxy Stargate instead, just because it's so much more out of the way and so much more on the outskirts of the map. And we'll see how Creator reacts. We'll see how he responds. Again, Creator, he knows. He knows that there's a pylon missing. That's one of the big purposes here of this probe scout, is to check for the pylons, to count. And again, he does know that a pylon is missing. Second probe gets sent. We can see Creator scouting on the right-hand side, and it is going to be that Stargate. So he approaches Stargate out of ShoWTimE. Creator, he's searching. I mean, this is a more common proxy location here, just because the trajectory of the Oracle is just straight to the main. Here it's going to be towards the natural first. But that's also why there's a lower chance that this gets scouted, because it's less obvious. It's less of a common proxy location. Ooh, and a misread. Oh, god. Creator this time takes no chances, goes for a robo before expand. So Creator, he's trying to hard counter a 1-base all-in, trying to hard counter a proxy robo when it's anything but. Oh, but he's scout. Oh, he does see. Okay. Does scout, does confirm, does get eyes on the Stargate. Now, what Creator can do here, actually, is he can turn this into a 1-base all-in himself. Like, he can be aggressive himself here as a reaction, as a response. Especially now that he realizes that it is a Stargate. So we'll see how Creator makes use of this setup. There we go. Mortal production has begun. Shield battery the main. And we're waiting for a third gateway. We're waiting for a third gateway here. Creator, he moves out to the pylon. We'll focus it down. Oracle's making its way in. And there is one Stalker in the main. The shield battery is not ready. Probes are going to be going down. Gets one so far. 1, 2, up to 3 probe kills. Also scats the robo, and yeah, we're responding. We're responding here with a counter attack. Creator, he's gonna send it. There's the third gateway, so 1 base all in at a Creator. And if you remember, we said something at the start of this game as we were loading into Pylon, how Pylon is a small map to the point where you can all in even without, like 1 base all in even without proxy. Even without proxying, you can still all in. So Creator, he's sending everything across the map. And ShoWTimE is trying to get ready. And unfortunately, this Stargate's not gonna help. It's depowered. Stargate does not help defensively. ShoWTimE is in trouble. Getting shield batteries. Getting a second pylon. Trying to respond with his own robo. But the Prism has arrived. Creator has momentum. With high ground vision, he can kill the gateway. He might be able to get both gateways even as well. Takes down the gate. Takes down the gate. Takes down the pylon. Again, just free damage here for Creator. And what can ShoWTimE do here? He has his own Prism. He has his own control that he can rely upon. But yeah, he's supply blocked. He needs that Immortal. Backup pylons on the way. Just not finishing. So Oracle's across the map. And you can see he's trying to focus on that Immortal. I mean, the one upside here for Creator is that because the robo's back at home, it takes a long time for Creator to reinforce. So ShoWTimE, he has that advantage. I say a long time, it takes longer to reinforce. Maybe a better way of putting it. Ooh, as the Oracle gets hunted down. ShoWTimE is slowly building up his enforcers, going for a Bay. I mean, it's a way to make up for a smaller army. The plan here is to rush into Disruptors. So Bay into Disruptor production. With one good Nova, ShoWTimE can take the fights. True. So going for the Disruptors. Adepts, I threaten a Shade. Adepts, I don't think they scouted. Creator, he's not aware. He's not aware. Does force his way in, shades into the main. Yeah, does shade in. Prism is across the map, forced to recall. The Immortal's not here. Okay, ShoWTimE getting caught with his pants down. Taking a risk. Oh, does punish though. Not bad. The Prism barely gets away. One more Stalker, one more shot. Does get away. Very close. Wait, hold on. We're not going Disrupt. We're going Colossus. Okay, that I was not expecting. Going 1 base Colossus. Let's go. Send it, baby. Send it. Again, I'm so much more used to seeing Disruptors in this position instead. But now going Colossus. Gateways on the way. I mean, hey, I guess it's a way to get secure damage. It's a way to help deal with the Adepts. I mean, so with the Disruptors. Nice counter shade. Creator, he's expanding. Does expand behind this. Colossus has arrived. Working his way through. Likewise, he can also break the force fields. But pushing into a concave though. He's pushing into a concave. Nice control here from Creator. Still has those 3 Immortals. They're going ham on the Stalkers. And with that, it looks like Creator, he's actually bleeding out Immortals. They're getting low. The Immortals are getting low. ShoWTimE, he breaks out. Takes down 1 Immortal. There's 3 left. That's still so close. So there we go. Takes out another two more immortals go down. Down to one immortal left. The MVP Colossus with the range. Takes down 2 immortals, chases down the reinforcements. Oh. Nice control here from Creator. Does fight back. Again, still very intense. Bearing in mind the Creator, he's expanded, so he's slowly recovering. He's getting a better economy. ShoWTimE just now expanding himself. ShoWTimE breaking out. To double prism. Ooh, I don't know if that was intentional. But I guess he has more micro potential, I suppose. True. We can go for the Doom drop. We can load everything up. Let's go. Let's go. Creator, he's ready. The Observer was following the entire time. Has nice control so far. He does actually lose one of the immortals. Loses both immortals. A bit of miscontrol here from ShoWTimE. That was brutal. Yeah, losing both immortals was brutal here. Now he doesn't really have much of an army to work with. And with that, Creator, he's holding. Yeah, Creator, he's holding. He has his natural. He shuts this down. GG gets called, and Creator, he will tie the series 1-1. We're going to game 3. Let's go. GG. We are going to be tied up here again. Creator, he was able to defend, able to survive the counterattack, and we saw that ShoWTimE had a crazy fight on his side of the map. I was very impressed by his ability to break out with his Colossus, but alas, he wasn't quite able to do much with it. He moved out, he lost his immortals. Again, he was all in, he was falling behind, had to do more damage, but alas, GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're getting into game number 3. We're tied up 1-1. And we'll see who takes the lead in the series. Bearing in mind, this is a best of 5. Bear that in mind. It's a best of 5. But we will have an extended series. We do have more of a back and forth. Let's go. Let us go. See in our YouTube chat why there are so many Protosses in this tournament. If you're maybe a little bit unfamiliar with online tournaments, it is normal to, it is standard, I should say, whether it's events like this tournament, Pegasus Cup, or DTV Monday Night Weeklies, the population of Protoss is just a lot higher. Yeah, the I guess population density is a lot higher here. Unfortunately, just because there's less variety typically. But that's also why whenever we cover tournaments, we try to jump on Terranor Zerg players early on. For example, for this tournament, we dove on Nickrat and Wayne earlier on to get some variety while we could. Typically the case. Before we get into all the PvPs. As now getting into our next game, we're getting into game number 3 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of a ley lines. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss tying up the series 1-1 and making that back and forth happen. It is a Creator. Momentum is on his side and spawning in the top right-hand corner. We have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player, the Blue Protoss himself. We have the German Protoss representing Sentinels. It is ShoWTimE. Will we see a macro game? I would hope not. I don't expect one. If we do get a macro game, then maybe on... I was gonna say on Tokamak, but we already had an all-in there. We already had an all-in on Tokamak. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, hey, Ley Lines is not a bad map to try to get into a more of a standard back and forth. Get into a 3-base setup, maybe. Might have placed Swords. ShoWTimE setting up further back in his main. He does avoid the initial wall off. Creator, he pokes in, and Creator, he will confirm. Does get eyes on the gateway. ShoWTimE going gate expand. Very greedy build here from ShoWTimE. Okay. Gate straight into Nexus, followed by the Cyber Core. So this is, again, hyper greed. The Probe Scout does confirm, and Creator, he responds with an all-in. So again, this is the correct response here. Creator, he did open up 2 gates, so he should be setting up a pylon and a proxy robo. So 1 base all in here from Creator to try to punish the greed of ShoWTimE. So this is a reaction to what ShoWTimE is going for, and we'll see if ShoWTimE can survive. We'll see if we can get away with this. It's going to be a tough hold for ShoWTimE. Tough hold. Let's go. Oh, my apologies. I assumed it was going to be a one-way all-in proxy robo, but it's not. It's going to be a proxy Stargate, not an all-in. Okay. Regardless, this is designed to punish. It's designed to punish. It's designed to get damage done, but we are not going for the all-in here. Creator, he will still eventually expand, but he's going for Adepts. He's going for Oracles. This is actually very similar to the game on Incorporeal between ShoWTimE and SKillous, if you remember, where SKillous went for the same opener, and ShoWTimE punished SKillous by killing 9 probes. So we'll see if Creator can replicate that success, as ShoWTimE is scouting. ShoWTimE, ooh, does not check. Does not go further out. He does not confirm what exactly is happening. Remember, ShoWTimE with the Pro Scout, he knows that the pylon is missing. Does respond with additional gateways. Here comes Creator. As that's shade into the main, into the actual base so far, getting 1, 2, 3 probe kills, not bad. Not a bad start, as long as we can, as we do not escape with the Adepts. Okay, nice defense here from ShoWTimE. Oracle does bust in, gets a couple of extra workers. Getting 6, 7, 8 probe kills, not bad. Almost 9. More Adepts have arrived, and again, we're just pulling ShoWTimE apart. Yeah, workers are exposed, does not go for the natural though, goes further into the main. I mean, damage nonetheless. Gets another 2. Another 11 in total. Brutal damage, 11 probes going down. Oracle does hit the natural, and you can see ShoWTimE just being pulled apart. Ay, ay, ay. 12, 13. 13 probe kills. It's 13 probes. Behind this Creator, he is taking his own base, taking his own expansion, and catching up. Catching up, if not exceeding his opponent. Twilight Council is done. Blink is on the way. The Twilight Council just only began for ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE is behind. He is behind. He's down in workers, down in economy, and down in tech. Again, we saw ShoWTimE attempt to get away with greed, but he failed to do so. Did fail to do so. And it's up to ShoWTimE to somehow recover here. Again, there are ways to do so, whether it's tech, right? Be cheeky and go into a dark shrine. But, I mean, there are still oracles out on the map, so revelations aren't going to be available. Likewise, trying to go for counterattacks, run-bys, whether it's with stalkers, whether it's a zealots. Could try to rush into a faster third, true. Speaking of, let's go. Faster third base. Third is on the way. So again, ShoWTimE is taking a lot of losses, taking a lot of hits. His way to recover is to be greedy and to get a faster third and to get better saturation. Ooh, proxy gateway here out of Creator. Okay. How many gates? So far, 3 back at home, 1 across the map, 4 gates. He's going for a 2-base, 4-gate blink all in. Can even go for a 5th gateway as well, and can even facilitate up to 6 gates. So as ShoWTimE's expanding, Creator, he responds with an all-in. Let's go. Island is completing. Show us that gateway. There it is. He's going for the gate. He's going for the... Oh, I mean, he's still expanding, but the gateway count is very high for good reason. I don't think Creator really plans on actually saturating that third. Hallucination does scout the expansion. ShoWTimE feels like he's safe, but he's anything but. He's anything but. Here comes the move out. Creator, he's pushing, he's warping in. Rallying everything across the map. And Creator, he does have that Stalker lead. His goal here is to break the third. He gets a sentry. Picks up the sentry. Warping additional Stalkers. Adepts, they will shade into the natural, not bad. They will one-shot. Robes aren't going down. Nothing at home to defend. Nice damage. At the same time, Creator, he wants to try to break this third base. And Creator, he hasn't been making many workers. He's down in workers, down heavily, actually. Creator, he is all in. Does blink. Yeah, it does go for the dive. Takes out the sentries one after the other. Oracles, they dive in as well. And Creator, he might just be... Yeah, he should have enough. Yeah, he will break the main army. Boys are being pulled. Creator, he has 8. He has double the Stalker counts. As Warpins are finishing, and he does punish. Again, the third base is no saturation. Just went for the kill, went for the throats. And he does get on top of the Immortal. Again, ShoWTimE was just so greedy this game, going for the faster natural, going for the faster third base. Unfortunately, ShoWTimE, he just didn't see the proxies, didn't see the proxy gateways. Didn't know the Creator was as dedicated, as committed as he was. Takes on the pylons. Here, reinforcements, they've hit the third. Diving on the Immortal. Creator is reinforcing, he's coming back in. Takes a long time to reinforce his army, but he does get back into the main. And at this point, Creator, he has done it. He's done crippling damage. Powers the gateways. I mean, the Immortal will defend the main, but he just blinks down. Just blinks down. There's the recall. Appreciate the recall. Again, it shouldn't be enough. Creator is still up 10 Stalkers. The shield battery putting in some work. But GG gets called. Creator, he overwhelms, and Creator, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. And again, I don't blame ShoWTimE. As a reminder, ShoWTimE, he was, of course, scouting. He was going for a lot of hallucinations. He kept checking for the third base, kept checking for the gateways as well. He saw only 3 gateways back at home, and he saw the third as well. But what he wasn't seeing was the 4th and the 5th gateway were proxied. Both gateways are proxied out on the map. So again, Creator, he was going all in. ShoWTimE had no idea. GG. GG, well played. I mean, Creator, he already had a lead. He already had the advantage. And now Creator, he's 1 game away from claiming the series and becoming our champion. Uno más is all he needs. Let's go. Here we go. So we are getting into our next game. Into game number 4. I want to say that ShoWTimE was behind in the economy. If you recall, we spoke about how he was behind when it came to tech, so he had to do something had to go his way to recover and to make up for that, as he was behind. So his decision was to go for the third, was to saturate the third base, and Creator, he just responded with the all-in. Responded with the all-in, and here we go. We're getting into our next game, and we're getting into game number 4, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Protoss player, we have the Red Protoss, leading the series 2-1. It is Creator. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the German Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss representing Sentinels. Down in the series, we'll see if we can force the ace match. It is a ShoWTimE. Here we go. And welcome one all to Maganatha. Maganatha is the largest map of the map pool, but because it's so large, we often see proxies. We often see shenanigans here on Maganatha. This map has potential to be the one and only map where we can get into the mid-game, but it's on our players. Oh, hello. As a Creator, he is the one this time going for the economic opener. Do you see what I see? Gate, expand, no second gateway, no Cybercore. Oh, actually, he could go for the Cybercore, of course, before the Nexus. Now, there it is. Is going for the Nexus before Cybercore. Greedy build here by Creator. ShoWTimE instead opening up 2 gates. So the roles have been reversed. This is just like last game. If you remember, last game ShoWTimE went gate expand and he got scattered and Creator, he responded with an all-in, or sorry, he responded with a proxy, and we're seeing the same. So the roles have been reversed. ShoWTimE, he scouts, he does scout, he does confirm the Nexus, and he responds with a pylon. Now, last game, Creator, his response was with a Stargate into harassment to get an economic lead, to make up for his losses, to make up for his disadvantage, and then he turned that into a 2-base all-in afterwards. Here, oh, he gets scouted. Oh, no. ShoWTimE, he gets scouted, gets caught out. Creator, he will scout what's going on, he will confirm, proxy, robo, 1-base all-in. But Creator, he already knows what's going on. The Zealot has arrived. A Stalker's on the way. This is a disastrous start for ShoWTimE. Ay. The Zealot's already here. He's going for the pylon. And the pylon will fall. Yeah, it does force a cancel. Oh, God. ShoWTimE, he's going to double down. He's going to double down. He's going to throw down a proxy rover behind this, further back. But it's so delayed. It's so heavily delayed. Oh, no. ShoWTimE gets supply blocked, and Creator looking solid. Now, a couple of things here. On the one hand, yes, this is delayed, true. This is going to be a delayed 1-base all-in at a ShoWTimE, but now there's a chance that Creator's going to be greedy here, because, hey, he just shut down the proxy, so in his mind, oh, I survived. In his mind, oh, I survived, I defended, my opponent's going to back off and expand, and I can just take a lead from here. That's the hope that ShoWTimE is going for. That is the hope. So far, gets a couple of worker kills, gets 2 probes. Once again, we are doubling down, we are committing. Creator, he probe scouts. Oof, he's probe scouting, he's checking. He checks, he sees, no Nexus, something is wrong. He's going, going for his own proxy gateway. But again, he sees that there's no tank, there's no expansion, something is not quite adding up here. So Creator has some information to work with. Behind this, going for extra gateways. He has no defensive robo himself. He had a choice. He could have gotten his own robo. He doesn't really know what's happening. Oh, now he does. My apologies. Now he does. He comes in from behind. He does scouts. Creator is now aware. Prism going into the main. Creator splitting up his army. I mean, ideally, he wants to try to catch this army out. Even get on top of the Prism. Oh my god. Okay, Prism does survive. Creator pulls away. He does have a 3-gate setup, 2 gates at home, 1 across the map, but no robo himself. And ShoWTimE is going to have that advantage. He has the Prism and the Immortal. Ooh, Prism goes down. Yeah, nice snipe here from Creator, but the Immortal does punish. A lot of Stalkers going to be falling. That one Immortal doing so much. And ShoWTimE, he can still pull this off. He has double the army supply, over double. And the delayed proxy is working. ShoWTimE is moving in. Yeah, he does move in, takes out a Stalker. And another. Down to 3 Stalkers left. And ShoWTimE is doing it. Yeah, he is doing it. Getting on top of the Warpins. Oof. Getting on top of the Stalkers. Again, that one Immortal doing so much. Now we're down to 2 Immortals. And again, there's no defensive robo. There's no defensive robo because Creator thought that he was safe. GG gets called. And ShoWTimE, he pulls it off. We're going to the ace match. Let's go. GG. Again, such a risk there, such a risk for ShoWTimE to take, to go for the delayed proxy robo, but as we mentioned, it worked out well because ShoWTimE, he was hoping that Creator would be greedy in the aftermath, that he thought he was safe. That's why Creator didn't have a robo of his own. That's why he went for a proxy gateway across the map, which hurt him in the end, which meant that he had no defensive Immortals himself, whereas that would be the standard response to go for your own robo, your own Immortal production, your own defensive setup back at home, whether it's robo or Stargate. But Creator, he thought he had defended, but he got caught out. He got caught out in the end. GG, well played. Ooh, and with that, we're going all the way to the ace match. Let's go. Let us go. Big brain by ShoWTimE, letting Creator find the first robo. True, true. It was all planned. Copium. But really nice adaptation there from ShoWTimE, right? Really nice adaptation. He got caught. What did he do? He cancels, he backs off, and he throws it down further back. Again, it was a really big risk. Imagine if Creator had scouted further out, right? Imagine if he had just gone a little bit further out with his probe, or if Creator had played it safe and gone for his own robo despite forcing the cancel, then Creator would have been in a commanding position. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case, and here we go. We're getting into the ace match, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is a Creator. So chat, bracket and minus replay. It's not a replay, not a replay. Bracket command is there, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the German Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Sentinels, forcing the ace match. It is a ShoWTimE. But yes, if you're in the chats, if we ever do a replay cast, then it will say replay cast in the title. Here in the title, it doesn't say replay, so it's live. We are live. As so far we have a 2-gate opener at a ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, Creator once again gate expand. Okay, bold move. Creator, he is going once again for a very greedy opener, going for a gate into Nexus. ShoWTimE doesn't even probe scout, but based on our location here, it looks like we are going for the proxy pylon. Let's go. So ShoWTimE, he is blindly going for the proxy, blindly setting up on the right hand side, and honestly, he's gambling well. He's taking a chance here. Creator is being greedy, and ShoWTimE can punish that greed. We'll see if this is for a proxy robo or Stargate. We are close enough by ground where a proxy robo is very much so viable here. We're just waiting for the cybercore. I went back from the future. Yes. I'm back from the future. I've got my life preserver. And there it is, Robo. Robo has been thrown down. So one base eliminated. ShoWTimE Creator, he is scout. Once again, he's scouting, he's checking. Now, do we cancel and do we throw down the Robo further back? As Creator, he does scout. Now, there's a bit of a give and take here. The pylon was within range. The pylon did see the probe. So ShoWTimE knows. ShoWTimE knows that Creator knows what's going on. So you go for the Stalker first, not Zealot. So this time the proxy will not be depowered. This time it's getting up and running, and you can see, bam, defensive robo. This is your typical response. If you're a Protoss player out there, if you want to know, if you want to be greedy like this, which I do not recommend, but if you scout a proxy yourself, if you see that your opponent's going for the all-in, you typically respond with your own robo. Remember, Creator did not do this last game because he thought he was safe. This time he knows he's not safe. This time he knows. So he's getting his own robo, getting his own soon-to-be immortal. Meanwhile, ShoWTimE throws down his third gateway. Again, just one base all in. Cruising towards the main. And we'll see if ShoWTimE can break through. Threat, no shade. Oh, shades in, gets one, gets two, gets three. Yeah, late reaction by Creator. He pulls away a little bit too late. 3 probes going to be going down. Likewise, we have 2 adepts in the main base. Creator getting torn apart. Oh my god. Adepts everywhere. Adepts everywhere. 8 workers going down. A strong start here for ShoWTimE. Bearing in mind, this is even before the immortal hits the field. As the first immortal has arrived. So again, very nice aggression here from ShoWTimE. Very nice counterattack or multiple aggression. Gets 8 workers. Pulls everything together. We'll see if we can break through. So we have 2 shield wires on low ground. We have a couple of force fields as well. Ideally, want to bait out the force fields and work through that. That's a juice shade into the mineral line. They're quite commit. Prison does threaten to dive into the main. Creator is in position. He does have a shield battery on the way. He's ready in the main. This time he's ready in the main base. Second immortal has arrived. This control saves the sentry. The sentry does go down. Diving the immortal. There's no defensive prism, and the immortal is going to fall. Yeah, nice catch here from ShoWTimE. Takes down the first immortal. Now going for the other. There's another force field. Good juggling. Oh, saves the immortal. Takes down 2. And ShoWTimE is breaking through. He's breaking on through. Takes down 2 immortals. Oh, he's going to be forced back. Has to retreat, needs some defensive warp-ins. Is warping in at the robo. But again, that was a better trade. Again, he killed 2 Immortals. ShoWTimE killed 2, and he didn't lose any himself. He saved all 3 Immortals. Now getting a 4th Immortal, and this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of hand. This is getting out of control. Unfortunately, Creator, he had no defensive War Prism himself. It came out too late. And I don't think Creator could hold on. Not anymore. ShoWTimE, let's go. Again, the non-stop 1-base all-ins this entire series. Oh, there was that one game where where ShoWTimE took a 3rd, and he got punished for it. And here we go, he starter steps in, he's got 4 Immortals, the boys are being pulled. And ShoWTimE, he has done it, he has broken the back of Creator, went all the way to the ace match. The boys are here, nice juggling here by Creator, does take down all the workers. Going for the Warpin in the face of the natural. And again, there's just nothing here for Creator. GG, well played. ShoWTimE, he will claim the series 3-2. He will be this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to ShoWTimE. Hi, a very intense series, very intense back and forth, went all the way to the ace match, non-stop aggression. There was one game, if you remember, on ley lines where we actually got up to a couple of bases where ShoWTimE actually was getting a 3rd, but he got punished for it, if you remember. ShoWTimE was behind, true. He was behind and he took a lot of losses, so he was rushing into a 3rd base, trying to catch up. He was a little bit overly greedy, or he focused on his economy too much. He got caught by a 2-base all-in. Outside of that, non-stop proxies, non-stop 1-base all-ins out of our players. That's the PvP that we like, Pappy. That's what we're here for, Pappy. Let's go. GG, well played. Congratulations to ShoWTimE as it takes on Creator, and a shout out to Creator for making a series out of this. Creator, he did not have an easy road to the finals. As a reminder for those that may be tuned in a little bit late, you missed out on some bangers as Creator took down ByuN. True, Creator, he took down ByuN earlier in the tournament. Took down Cristiano as well, got his revenge. Remember, Cristiano took down Creator last week 2-0. This week, Creator takes down Cristiano. Likewise, took down ByuN, and of course, went all the way to the ace match against ShoWTimE. ShoWTimE likewise went through, I think, nothing but Protoss. Did ShoWTimE purely PvP his way through the tournament? Let's see. Let's have a, yep, he did. ShoWTimE took down Azura, Italian Protoss, Art, Polish Protoss, and of course SKillous as well, into Creator in the final. So non-stop PvPs here by ShoWTimE. He's got plenty of practice, of course, with that, especially in the European region with the European ladder, and of course does make it through off of purely Protoss to be the champion. Congratulations here to ShoWTimE as he does claim his Sparkling Tuna Cup, the 100th edition, which means he gets double the prize money, double the prize pool. Congratulations. Again, for number 100, we did double our prize pool here. Typically, it's like 105 USD for our prize pool. Here was 205 USD. So congratulations to ShoWTimE. And again, if you want to help support us, if you want to support this tournament series, again, we've been running Sparkling Tuna Cup for many years at this point. And if you want to support us even further, you can do so via Patreon. You can see that was our raffle, of course, with Rebellion being our random raffle winner. But you can see just under the schedule, just under our schedule for this week, you can see the Patreon there. We do currently earn 461 USD per month via Patreon, and 100% of that money goes towards these tournaments. It goes towards tournaments like Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Swan Open as well. We host 3 events. We host 3 events on a regular basis, and it is all funded via Patreon. So if you want to help us grow our tournaments even further, Patreon is the place to be. Bearing in mind that our next goal is at 500 USD a month. That is to boost the prize pool even further for Sparkling Tuna Cup. And fun fact, after this current goal, the next goal is to start paying casters and start paying admins. That'll be after this one. I think that's going to be at like 550 USD a month. That'll be to start getting some extra funding, of course, for those working on the CranKy Ducklings. But otherwise, for now, it's all to the players. So GG, well played. You can support us via Patreon if you wish. Can support us. Otherwise, thank you. GG. GG, well played. Sorry, just looking for the command. We're looking for the command, and as it was already posted in the chat as well, thank you so much to Protos in the chat for the 100 bits. God, thank you so much. Do appreciate the support. As always, the show Tuna. True. What does that mean? That sounds. What are you asking for? Ahí está. Don't show your tuna. Ay. Also a shout out to Jay Paralyzed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jay Paralyzed, for going for subscribing with Twitch Prime for 5 months. Thank you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Do appreciate it. Esther Jay Paralyzed. That's what MaxX is doing, right? Max, he typically doesn't go gate expand. He goes gate cyberstar gate expand. So these were not the MaxX openers. Different builds. Different build. These were greedier builds. Greedier. Ah. I'm Yosh SC2. What is it called when the Terran puts those bunker things up at the very beginning of the game to block your natural expansion? If it's only to block and they're not proxying any Marines, then it's just like just a bunker block to delay the expansion, to delay the Nexus. Otherwise, bunker rush if they actually proxy Marines and they're just committing. They're committing into you. But yes. Welcome. Always good to see some new players, for StarCraft. Always good to see. Who won? ShoWTimE. It's catching up. I promise you'll be getting my primes. Oh, thank you. Do appreciate it. Thank you. But yes, with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the week. Again, for those that may be tuning in for the first time, Sparkling Tuna Cup is a weekly tournament. It's been a weekly tournament. We've been running it for many years at this point. So every single week on Sunday, we do have Sparkling Tuna Cup. Now, sometimes we do reschedule to Tuesday. It depends. Sunday can be very popular for big tournaments. So, like, for example, Home Story Cup. If Home Story Cup is running, if GSL finals are going on, if RSL is happening, or another kind of big premier tournaments, then we typically reschedule. We reschedule to like a Tuesday or to another week instead. So there are times when we reschedule if there's another big tournament, but otherwise Sundays we are here. We are here with the Tuna Cup. And we just wrapped up for the week. When it comes to our next broadcast, you can actually see it here. Now, this was this week's schedule, so this is not accurate, what you're seeing on my right-hand side, but there's some things that are. WardyTV Monday. Our next cast is going to be the WardyTV Monday. That's going to be at 8 p.m. KST. That's going to be at 9 p.m. AEST. That is going to be in less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours. Basically, imagine this tournament, but with a heftier prize pool. And again, it is a little bit later, so it's a little bit better for the Europeans. So we often get a little bit stronger European representation, and even some Koreans as well. So yeah, we're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be here casting tomorrow, the WardyTV Monday. So you can tune in to that in less than 24 hours. Likewise, just double checking our schedule here. We are typically live on a daily basis. We cast more StarCraft than any other channel out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. And we will be casting the OSC Elite Rising Star on Tuesday. So Tuesday, we're going to be casting the OSC Elite Rising Star number 16. On Wednesday, we have Biggest Cup. On Thursday, we have the Pond Cast. On Friday, we have the Sunny Lake Cup as well. It's going to be a replay cast. And starting this weekend, ooh, it's going to be a very busy weekend. I have to figure that out, actually. This upcoming weekend, the weekend of the 9th of August, is the, I just mentioned, RSL, the Revival StarCraft League qualifiers begin, and we are going to be casting those qualifiers. We casted the qualifiers last season. We're going to be casting the qualifiers this season as well. So this weekend is going to be the RSL qualifiers. We also have this weekend the Euthermal 2v2 circuit. We're going to be posting about that tomorrow on Reddit. But yes, we are going to be adminning. We don't cast the Euthermal circuit live. We admin. So shout out to Mark Schlappy. He has reached out and we do work together for the circuits. Myself and Kura, we do admin, make sure everything runs smoothly, make sure nothing's on fire, and we do work behind the scenes for his circuit. But that is casted by Steadfast, by Euthermal, and fun fact, for the 2v2 circuits, for the main event, Wardy's also going to be casting as well. So they're going to be casting, we're going to be adminning. And that is going to be this weekend. So it's going to be a very busy weekend with the RSL and with the 2v2 circuit as well. So it's going to be very busy. Not just weekend, but very busy month. Because this month, August, is the month of RSL and the month of the 2v2 circuit. On top of that, we have StarCraft Evolution. The StarCraft Evolution League is also going to be at the end of the month as well. So there's a lot of content, a lot of StarCraft is on the horizon. You might be thinking, oh, there's no Esports World Cup, so things are going to die down. They are a little bit. If you're familiar with the CranKy Ducklings, you'll know that usually we're live like twice a day. Usually we're live twice a day, every single day. Here we want to slow things down and do like one cast a day. I would like some time off. Like, fun fact, for the year of 2025, we've only had 3 days off. We've had 3 days off this year from casting. Every other day, there's always been like 1, 2, 3, 4 casts a day. And of those 3 days off, usually they were forced. Like, there was one day where I had no internet. There was another day where I had no electricity. Like, there was one day where I was sick. So there's 3 days so far in 2025. But coming into this, we want to slow things down a little bit, especially post EWC. I'm a little bit fatigued after casting such an intense period of StarCraft, right? Like Esports World Cup, Home Story Cup, Star Wars Agora, GSL Season 1, GSL Season 2, RSL Season 1. There was just so much concentrated StarCraft in one place. So much happening, and we casted all of it, except for Star Wars Agora. We didn't cast Star Wars Agora, but like we were a part of all that, and it would be nice to like take a moment. So we're gonna slow things down by casting once a day. That's gonna be the plan. That's gonna be the plan. Also true, technically we've had 4 days off because we had Friday off today. This last week. We had Friday off. True. 4 days off so far. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the broadcast, if you want to follow us, you can do so via the socials, !socials in the chats. We do post whenever we go live, so you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Discord as well. YouTube is the place to be for VODs. All the VOD content is on YouTube, so that is the place to be if you want to be updated. If you see something that you like, if you want to watch like our weekly podcast for StarCraft, if you can't watch it live, if you want to watch KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, or RSL or some other tournaments, and if it isn't in your time zone, then check out the VODs over on YouTube. Otherwise, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. I believe Wardy is going to be going live with the European League, so we'll give him a raid. Let's see. Oh, never mind. So this is a bit of a PSA. Wardy's EU League is starting in still a couple of hours, so still like 2.5 hours away, so still a ways away for that. So you have some time to get some snacks, get some food before some more StarCraft later on tonight. Until then, we'll be raiding another stream. We'll find someone to raid. Oh, Gemini, true. Gemini is streaming at the moment. Couple hours, yeah. Please take 3 days in a row. That's great. That's too much, baby. That's too much. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Oh no, too much. But thank you for your kind words. Thank you. Poo 667. But thank you. Appreciate it. Remember how Light said that August schedule looks empty? It looks leaner. It's catching up. We need you to keep fresh, and sometimes that's exposing you to good air and a little StarCraft detox. True. I have to touch some grass, baby. I do plan on touching grass this week, though. I do plan on going outside for the first time in years. It's gonna be crazy. There's no StarCraft out there. Oh no. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid, and we are going to be giving Gemini a raid. Gemini, for those who don't know, he actually helps work on the RSL. He's also one of the big names behind the All Things Protoss Reddit, and he also does like Wall-Off guides. But he's hosting a tournament. He's hosting the All Things Protoss Super Tournament, day number 2. So give him some love. Give him some support. Basically, it's a tournament for the community that he's been running, that he's been hosting. So do give him some love. Otherwise, thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Till then, ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.